city looks like without garbage collectors.
Oh, back again. Twin Leaks Cast.
What did you just say?
What a city looks like without garbage collectors.
That's what it says right here.
What are you looking up?
DC?
What city?
Because they didn't. No one collected their garbage for like when the government shut down. Because that's a government job in DC.
No, tourists and locals cope with humor, anger as trash piles up in Madrid.
Madrid? They're
Yep.
not dealing with garbage?
Trash out the ass.
Does that have anything to do with real global issues that we're facing right now?
Yeah, the fact that a major city can't control their garbage, that's pretty fucking
That
crazy.
happens from time to time in lots of major cities.
Well, New
I mean,
York
you
City,
just-
look at New
you
York
have
City.
a
what
garbage
we're
strike, and
Yeah, it's
you know it's over. Yeah, garbage strikes don't last real long.
Alright.
Yeah, it is a garbage strike.
Garbage strike. What I really want to talk about, since we're here with Chris and Reda.
Oh yeah, this is part 2 of our anonymous episode.
Yeah.
We recorded one before you guys went, and now this is the second one. Obviously.
By the way.
By the
Paul,
way, hi.
What's up?
Hi. Anyway.
Extremely big. Sorry.
Jupiter, son.
Jupiter?
Yeah.
What do you mean by Jupiter?
That's where I'm at. I'm not on Earth.
I thought you meant it was as big as Jupiter.
What is big as Jupiter?
The show.
The show?
It's
I wish.
a big show.
No.
No.
It is not big as Jupiter, my
What-
friend.
That's an
What about-
egotistical statement.
Yeah.
How about just like a moon of Jupiter?
not
Like,
allowed
what
to
about
make
Europa? Or, like,
Yeah.
something like that.
I mean, if I want to aim for
Io.
Jupiter one day, I hope.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Right now, I don't know.
Gas giant.
First we gotta work on our own nation, our banana republic, so to
What?
speak.
Mm,
That's step one.
Why would you call it a banana republic?
it's
What
getting
a bad,
there.
What a bad reference.
Hey, I just gotta ask you something. You know you can buy a ghost town in California right now for $225,000. It's
Really?
the
Like a
cost of
whole
house,
ghost town?
like a decent house around here.
All right.
Yeah, whole ghost town. Just saying.
Let's start off.
Let's do it.
Let's
Dude,
let's-
that'll be
let's
Twin
do
Leaks
it.
compound. Dude,
Yeah,
that'll be
And we could grow
compound Twin
pot there,
Leaks.
and it'd be fucking
A ghost
awesome.
town?
Dude, that'll be compound Twin
And you
Leaks.
could grow pot there. It's California.
Yeah, it's California. You can grow pot there.
Dude, what if we did a
It's
podcast?
probably in the goddamn
Dude, what if
desert.
we did a
Probably in the
podcast
water.
from a ghost town, please?
I'm just saying.
How
What is it,
amazing
like-
would that be?
Well,
For
I mean, we could just go to
225K.
Denora.
People's houses cost $225K.
That was
The
fat.
Nora would
fucking
probably be
town.
only way 200,000.
Oh man.
You know what I
I
mean?
just not
All
got
right.
like a
You can buy a
CVS
town.
and a
I'll take
bank
two.
in it.
I'll
All
take
right,
two.
hold on. Let's talk about the day of DC, the day we went to.
First,
March.
we should maybe say who's here and who's not here.
Well, Reda, Dom, and Chris are here.
Reed and Dom and Chris are here.
What up?
I'm Rita.
Yo.
That,
And Reda and Chris went to the march with me, and it
yes.
was fucking amazing.
And that's what we're
Awesome
here to talk
time.
about.
It's
And that's what we're here to
incredible.
talk about.
Oh, dude, I wish we could remember there was a lot of public media there, and I just didn't remember any names because I was on like 3 different interviews talking about. There was a lot of people interviewing people. It's for the reasons we were there.
That guy with
I
the
mean,
monkey on his back.
That dude was
Yeah,
fucking
he got
crazy.
raised by
dude.
everybody.
Yeah, we got to talk about that, dude. All right, so how long was the drive there?
About 4.5 hours, something
Four
like
and a
that.
half hours. Then we went to a place called College Park, and we thought it was like near a college, but
No.
it's like Young Jocks College Park.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, not a good place to walk at night. That's all. That's all I'm getting at. But we stayed at a hotel. That was pretty sick.
We'll talk about the march.
What hotel?
Let's talk about the march.
It doesn't matter.
That's pretty
I
interesting.
can give him a plug.
Yeah. All right, plug them because that dude at the counter was fucking
Yeah, that dude was.
awesome.
What the hell was it?
Tried to get this. We tried to get this.
Metro
dude to smoke.
Points.
Yeah, we tried to get this.
Yeah, we tried to get.
high, but he was
yeah.
like, "No, I can't. I can't do that, dog."
He owned a
Dude,
barber
that's
shop in DC.
so
Oh,
sick.
don't
He gave us
tell-
that flyer.
Don't tell
That's
everybody.
amazing.
We told him we
Oh,
were
you
gonna
gotta
plug
hook
that
him up.
barber shop.
Oh,
I have no idea. We were kind of drunk.
Oh yeah, no.
So-
That was
so
the
we
night
don't
on
know
town.
what barbershop?
That
Oh,
was the
God,
night on
no.
town
Okay.
after the DC. We need to talk about like going into town. Like we got there and we were like, "Is there anybody here?"
Mhm.
We looked over and saw like a couple people with masks and was like, "I think that's it." So
Yeah.
there's like
Yeah, we,
maybe 100 people in DC. We were like, "This is
That's
fucking
kind of shitty.
beat." They were like, we were like, "This is beat, dude." And
We
our
took the
spirits
metro
got
to the
down.
mall.
We started, yeah. Well, we started,
at the base of the Washington Monument.
yeah.
It was pretty epic seeing the Washington Monument.
Yeah, it was.
I-
Yeah.
we
Well,
walked on it.
It was getting fixed.
Yeah, but the scaffolding's pretty neat looking.
Yeah, it is. And I wish you could have saw it at night when it was lit up.
Yeah.
But going back, there's 100 people there, got the flyers, handing them out, and then all of a sudden, like 300 people are there, and then all of a sudden we're walking down the street and like 500 people are there. And then that we're at a different spot, and then there's more people coming from nowhere, like come running out of the hills and shit, like ah! And then there's like 1,000 people there, and we're walking down the fucking. Well, we went to what the White House first.
Yeah, we started at the White House.
Well, we
Like-
started,
we
at
started
the
at the Washington Monument, and then we
Went to-
walked toward the White House, and that was
And
That's
then,
pretty
like,
cool.
the moment I knew it was real was, like, when everybody just, like, hopped on the road and just started walking down the street.
Yeah, because it was like,
It
get
was
on
like-
the road. It was like, because this dude was yelling, whose streets are streets? And they were like, if they're your streets, then get on them. And so we all just started walking on the streets, and, like, the cops, like, escorted the whole,
yeah. The cops were pretty
Well,
cordial
yeah,
about the whole
they
damn
were-
thing.
they were pretty-
Honestly,
they were pretty nice about that.
It's DC. How
yeah,
many
they're
marches
probably
and
used
stuff?
to it.
Exactly. That's what I was telling them. They were like,
Outrageous.
dude, what if
Outrageous
they
amount.
start like gunning people down and shit? I'm like, dude, you're in DC.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, all right,
This
cool,
shit happens
cool
like
it,
50 times.
cool it.
Yeah.
We know
There
you're
was
from
two-
out of town.
2 people got detained,
just,
but that's
just exactly.
Two
And they
people got
probably,
tased.
detained.
They,
Oh.
dude,
Three.
they
I think it was,
probably
yeah,
took
three,
them.
wasn't
They
it?
probably
At
took
least.
them to the
Three.
police station and probably gave them a little slap on the wrist. Be like, all right, where are you
Oh.
from now?
yeah,
All
right.
Why are you here? Okay. All right.
All right, one of them damn.
You know what I'm saying?
There's
Damn
another
Lippert.
one of them.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but to,
At least
to
they
not
got to
take-
go in the Capitol building.
to
That's all
not
I'm
take
saying.
power out of the march. It was fucking sick walking down the street towards the Capitol building.
Oh yeah.
Seeing all these fucking people
Yeah,
in the
we-
Capitol. I got that picture on my Instagram.
Yeah,
Fucking
we shut
looks
down
amazing.
Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah.
That was pretty epic.
That
Oh,
was
that's
like
epic.
epic, dude. Epic. We
That would
sat
have been
down-
pretty sick.
No, that's
Dude.
legit.
Dude,
That was
it was
sick.
legit as fuck. There had to be at least like 100 cops, 200 cops there.
Oh yeah. There was damn near as many cops as there were us.
Dude, I was
You
like,
added
you're
up the
getting-
media
I was
and
like,
the
I was
cops.
like, you're paying cops for this, dude.
Mhm.
This isn't what America's paying cops for, to stand there
That's so.
and like reject us from talking to the representatives about these fucked up bills on GMOs and how we're not allowed to see what's in our food and the banks, dude. I want to flow right into the TPP. I think it's called the Trans. What is it? The Trans-Pacific Partnership?
Yes, the TTPA, trans. Yeah,
I think it's just
Agreement.
TTP, right?
yeah. That's
Or-
well, yeah, but it's the Trans Pacific Partnership Agreement.
And it's
Okay.
a free trade agreement among a bunch of countries. I think it's 12, right?
Yes, 12 countries located on the rim of the Pacific Ocean. Trans-Pacific. What are you finding out?
It's basically what I heard from it is that they're just a bunch of businesses. All right, it's like 300 companies. So it's basically the federal bank. So what they do is they
So
oversee
cartel.
matters on like
Pretty
medical
much.
patients. They oversee matters on internet security. They oversee matters on all your freedoms, basically everything. And what they want to do is pass bills and laws to make them higher in stature than any government, to where businesses instead of corporations being people, but now they're trying to represent corporations as countries. So now they can actually these corporations can own countries and make laws and make a country follow it, and even if the government has an objection to it, the government has to go to their courts, which they pay for the judges. They own the judges.
I did a little research on this, and I think that is easily the scariest fucking thing about it, is that there's supranational courts. Like, if you're found in violation of
They can
of,
take
like,
governments.
trademark
They
laws.
can take governments to court.
Yeah, and they can use secret evidence.
Yes.
They can keep their evidence in secret. And
Yeah,
it's
here's
just
the
like
members.
you can be extradited to
Brunei,
God knows where.
Chile, New Zealand, Singapore, United States, Australia, Peru, Vietnam, Malaysia, Mexico,
Vietnam, for Christ's
Vietnam,
Vietnam.
Mexico, Canada, Japan, and Taiwan. Yeah, but it's
A backroom deal for the 1%.
But not China.
that's what it is. Yep, it's a backroot deal for the 1%.
Yeah, but not China, which is very interesting.
Yeah,
Right now,
This is
right now they're
40%
trying to
of the
attack.
world's
Well, I mean, that
GDP
China's
right
like,
here.
they're just for themselves, you know?
Right now, they're trying to attack our internet freedom. So, like their copyright laws, they're trying to make
Mhm.
every service provider of your like internet monitor you and monitor what you do, and if you
Because
download
they have to
something,
pay a fine.
yeah, if you download something illegally or whatever, yeah, they'll fine you 3 times, then you have no internet, basically.
I seen something the other day that how they're trying to have websites that
And
have lyrics
they're
on their
just jealous,
website.
dude. They're just fucking jealous.
That's going to be considered, infringement, copyright infringement.
Yeah, see,
'Cause they
that's
have-
fucking
so if
bull.
you have
They have
lyrics.
lyrics.
It's just taking away freedoms, dude. They're slowly chipping away at the block of our freedoms until it's all gone, dude. That's all they're trying to do, and it's also them squeezing out every piece of money.
Dude.
All right, let's fall into Obamacare though. That's a real issue that we need to deal with. What
I
were we
got a
talking
call
about?
yesterday saying I had to change my insurance.
Really?
Yesterday, yeah, I didn't answer the call, but I got a voicemail. It was an automated
Well, you
system.
heard what he said today. That everyone who canceled their insurance yesterday, they're going to push the bill back an entire year. So everyone who canceled their insurance is basically fucked.
Well,
Came out and said this today.
yeah, he said if your plan isn't up to the federal standards of the new plans, then you're going to get another year. And don't you find that convenient that it's a year just past the next elections?
Yep.
I mean, it just gets you past the 2014 midterms. And they
Yep.
knew this was a problem, and they only wanted to do it a year, but they just had to wait
Yep.
till
Dude,
when they did it, a
everything is
year
set up.
later,
Everything's
it
set
won't
up.
be...
All right, this
They
is
can't change
the
it. Yeah,
this is the 10 terrible provisions of Obamacare. It increases taxes on families earning over 250,000. I guess that's good.
How is
It
that
adds-
bad?
I don't know.
How is that bad?
It says
I
bad.
think it's bad.
It says bad.
On families that make more than 250
That's not bad.
grand
That's
a
not
year,
bad.
Yeah.
that's not bad at all.
How's that not bad at
Well,
all?
yeah.
The government's already taken
They're
30...
already taking cuts.
They're already
making
taking
25
at
grand a-
least 35% of your money.
You know
That's
what?
what-
My
that's
boss-
How
what
the
this
hell
is saying.
can't they deal with that?
My
It
boss told me
penalizes
today.
marriage.
If you wanted to actually,
They're
if you wanted
talking
to
about,
actually tax billionaires more,
Puts
that's
Medicare
one thing.
decisions.
But to say people start being rich at $250K a year
Bullshit.
is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah, they're not
that
even-
was
that's
made.
not true.
That law was made. That top bracket was made back when you could buy real estate in the middle of Los Angeles for $250,000. You can't do that anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? That and plus, like, let's say you own a house and then sell a house, and if you sell a house in that given year, you're going to be in the top tax bracket, right? Like,
Interesting. Yeah.
so you're gonna get hit with huge amounts of taxes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even if you don't make that much money.
Yeah, even if you don't
Yeah.
make
Because you
much
had-
money,
because
because
you had
that's
to
your
borrow.
income.
Mhm.
Is
yeah.
you sold a house, so that's your income. So I mean,
Well, that's why you have people buying cars all the time and saying like they bought it for less, so you don't have to pay as much taxes on it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That always happens. I feel like.
Interesting
Yeah.
thing my boss said earlier was that at one point back in the 50s, his professor said the other night that they were paying somewhere, the rich was paying somewhere around 80% of their income for taxes. Towards
What?
taxes. That's what he said.
Yeah,
80%.
Yeah, they were up in the
Kennedy
80%
lowered
range.
it.
He said Kennedy lowered it. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Kennedy dropped it down
FDR
Oh,
to 50, and then it kept going down.
Bring
and
it
I
to
think Nixon
Kennedy,
dropped
dude.
it
I've
down to
watched
like
some-
35.
I've watched
or
some
whatever.
interesting things.
FDR
Right.
jacked it up
Yeah.
because that man had the most fucked economic policies you could possibly imagine.
Yep.
It was entirely FDR's fault that we stayed in the Depression until World War II.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so like basically anything FDR did made the Depression last longer.
Did he do it on purpose?
Who knows?
Maybe. He could've
Like,
been
he's
involved with
the
the fucking
only president that
secret
got 4
societies.
terms ever. He's the only president that ever
Yeah.
got more than 2.
Ain't that some shit?
4 terms?
4 terms.
Secret
Yeah, he
societies.
had 4 terms.
Yeah, he died in office in his 4th fucking term.
And that's why they made that
Yeah.
thing where you can only run twice.
Yeah, Washington.
Well, you can run as many times as you want, but you can only be president twice.
Yeah, Washington did 2 terms and out, and he just did it because he said, you know what, this is a republic, not a monarchy, and everybody else that followed him had the reasonable good sense and good nature to not try to be a king, except for FDR. FDR was just like, yeah, keep voting me in, dumbasses.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, if the people are gonna keep doing it,
Right.
then fucking like. I
Well,
don't
hey
know,
man,
it's-
that's why it's a republic and not a
it's-
democracy.
Dude, it's a country. full of-
Sometimes the will of the people's fucked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sometimes
is
you
it
have to have
fucked?
somebody
Is
say
it
fuck
fucked
the people.
because of the people at the top, dude?
It's fucked for a lot of reasons.
You know what I mean? This sort
Yeah,
of,
like
you're
people
born
having
you're born
kids
into
that
a,
can't afford
you're
them.
born into a system that's already fucked and that's already trying to keep you dumb. To come out of a system like this is extremely hard.
Man,
Yeah, but when dumb
and
people have
only-
dumb people, kids.
Yeah.
What?
When dumb people
Have dumb
meet
kids?
dumb people and have dumb kids.
Yeah. It
That's
just
a
makes
problem.
More, yeah, it just makes more.
Idiocracy.
Yep.
It's happening.
Yep.
It's happening right now.
Dude, there's
It
a
is
lot.
real.
I always get back to that, like in movies. There's always little hints at like what humanity can turn into and like
Mhm.
what path we can go down. And I don't know. It's just really interesting to see that. To see that America's degrading like this and just eating McDonald's or smoking cigarettes or fucking drinking too much or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just
Man,
we could be so much better, dude. Mankind could be doing so much better on this earth with all the time we have.
I love
We
McDonald's
should be-
and cigarettes.
We should be wow.
I love
Are you
all of
serious?
these things, but
Oh man.
I don't need them.
Yeah, throw in pot and
McDonald's.
strippers, and you're just gonna
Oh,
make me kill
dude.
myself.
Yeah.
Keep going on.
Dude, we need to go back to DC. We're gonna talk. Dude, we found a Pittsburgh bar. Found a fucking Pittsburgh bar in DC. It was like
Yeah,
the
we weren't
only
even
bar.
looking for it.
No, we
didn't
only
know
bar. I
when
was
we
like,
walked in.
oh, I was like, that looks like a fucking hole in the wall right there. Of course, Pittsburgh bar. Fucking didn't even
Badass.
notice it while we were in it. And the crazy thing is, this guy earlier in the day, he was like, don't drink too much tequila. And we were like, what are you talking about, dude? Ends up being like $5 margaritas.
16-ounce margarita.
Yeah, they were big, strong
Fucking
margaritas.
annihilated.
That is awesome.
Throw
Made
some peach
right.
snop in there.
Made right.
They were made right. They were made with shitty liquor, but there was a lot of it.
Can't beat that.
No, not for $5 in DC,
Hey,
Hell
there's
no.
nothing wrong with something.
I paid $8 a beer for that 5 years ago. Decent.
right?
Yeah.
Dude, it's expensive there. We tried going. What? How much was pool there? Fucking like
$14 for 2 people for 1 hour.
Holy shit.
Holy shit! Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, we walked right the fuck out of there.
Too much, dude.
Yeah.
We were like, let's go back to the bar.
Not trying to play pool in DC, but the march was fucking epic, dude. I think we got a lot done. There's gonna be another one next year. Did you see the one in
Did you
in
see
Britain?
that picture
you see
of
the one in
like?
Britain?
With Russell Brand showed up.
Oh fuck,
Yeah.
Russell Brand.
Well, he showed up.
Why you say fuck Russell?
Because I feel like they're trying to turn this whole thing. It's just another fucking celebrity to fucking. Ooh, look at me! Like it's just a Miley Cyrus undercover. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, look at this star's life and be focused on him. Be focused on him. Don't focus on the real issues. Focus on his life. He's doing it, so you don't have to. You know what I mean?
See, I don't know. I
People
don't
see
think I
well,
agree
people
with
see
that.
sports like that. They get enjoyment out of seeing activity that they want to do, and that fulfills them. So, like everyone who wants to rebel sees him, and like the more energy you put into watching him, the less energy you put into your own movement and what you're doing. So you're just fucking wasting time. They want you to sit there and waste time. He's just an undercover fucking
See, I
movie
don't
star.
know. I liked how he. Put
I
out
liked
the other day.
how he fucking.
Who's
I
that
like what he's
Baptist
doing,
church?
but he's working for us, but he's working
What's
for
the
them
name
at
of
the
that
same
church?
time.
That crazy
guarantee-
Westboro Baptist Church.
Westboro
Church.
Baptist Church. That's what I thought. Okay, he had these two Westboro Baptist Church guys on the other day.
He interviewed people
Yeah,
from
he
the Westboro
interviewed them.
Baptist Church.
Yes, he got on there.
Why
and
would you
interviewed
ever
them. And
put
this
a
guy came
microphone in
on-
front of those people?
This guy came on with like I hate Russell Brand signs, and like
Awesome.
they were on there just saying so much crazy
I don't know
hatred
about
shit.
hate.
And he just kept cutting these dudes up and just fucking with them and like calling them out on all their beliefs and like, how do you not believe in this? How do you not believe in that? And I felt like he was getting a good message across to the people. I mean, I don't know.
Like
I don't watch him a
I
whole
said,
lot.
like I
just happened
said,
to catch him.
he's doing the right thing, but I think it's fueled in the wrong reasons. I don't know. How
I
to
don't know,
say it.
yeah, I
He's
don't
working
know.
for the bad guys and the good guys at the same time.
I don't watch.
I
him
don't
enough.
like Russell
Because
Brand
to be
'cause he
popular
pimped
now,
for
you got to be
Obama.
hip, and the thing to be hip
Therefore,
now
I
is
will
to be-
never like him.
I don't like him because he banged
You know, I
Katy
didn't
Perry.
vote for
She's
Obama.
freaking hot.
What?
Jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's just
saying.
you're just
Who doesn't
hating
like
now.
him?
That's
Who
just
doesn't hate?
hating.
Who doesn't hate him for that?
I don't begrudge him getting some
Don't
pot
be-
I'm
votes.
saying, if you're gonna hate him for any
Don't
other
be
reason,
hate.
I mean,
I hate him
hate
because he
bro.
led the country in the
Let
wrong
that be
direction.
a
You hate him
reason.
because
how
he
did he
banged a
how
girl
did he
you'll
lead our
never
country
meet.
in the wrong direction?
Yeah. How
Yeah,
did
you
he do
pimped
that?
for Obama.
He pimped
Douche.
for Obama.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did.
Mhm.
He was like, Obama's gonna change. It's not his fault. It's the government behind him. No, it's the businesses behind him. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Business-
Where's that retract then?
What?
When's he coming out with that?
What?
What do you mean?
Where he says he made a mistake. Obama, you suck.
Well, I mean,
Never.
that's what he basically did today.
Did he?
Well, Russell Brand or
Yeah.
Obama?
Russell Brand.
Yes.
Oh, no. Never mind.
No.
What did Obama
no
do?
celebrity
Who
will
cares?
ever bash
No, he
Obama.
came out.
Yeah, he had a speech today at 11
Yeah.
o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Who, Obama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it about?
About
Yeah.
Obamacare being pushed back a year or some shit.
Oh,
Oh,
awesome.
yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
pushed
Yeah.
back
More-
a year. It's
more-
just
it's like more good news. They never have good news. Like, hey, we fixed this. Oh, Fukushima, yeah, we're on that. Oh, no more war? Yeah, we're good with that. It's like
We've been at
no.
war for what, 12 years?
Oh, dude, forever. They think Vietnam was long, or they're just gonna keep going with this. They just, it's an
Well, it's because
illusion.
they didn't have any
It's the
like
most horrible
goals.
fucking
It's like, well,
illusion.
what are you gonna? All right, what constitutes a victory in Afghanistan? At what point are you done
When you
fighting
own
in Afghanistan?
when you own the country completely and you've monopolized everything and sucked all the money out of it, just like
Well, we
America.
couldn't do that. That's why.
There ain't no
Pulled
goddamn
out.
money
What do you
in
mean?
Afghanistan.
We can grow heroin. Afghanistan, all we have to do there is just grow illegal drugs so we can ship them back to America and make them into medicine.
and fight a war against that.
Yes, and fight a war against ourselves, basically.
Right? Yeah.
And it's a drug war because we went in and stole all their land, and now we're growing fucking the heroin off it and taking all the profit, and all these people are basically dying because they have no profit off.
Let me
it.
just say,
all the farmers.
does anyone disagree with this? If somebody was coming into your house and telling you how to live your life and take your resources on what you
Yep.
need to get by, and like, what would you do about it? Would you like just like sit back and like let it happen, or would you like fight back? Like are they really terrorists? For not wanting somebody to come
Yeah,
into their country.
exactly.
And
well,
steal
terrorists.
They only become terrorists
the-
when they step
dude,
out of their
the
country.
real-
To me,
dude,
at least, like when they
the
come
real
out of their country, they do
terrorists.
damage.
The real terrorist
But
is
other people
USA.
don't look at them that way.
Dude, the real terrorist is USA, dude. We
Real
are
way.
inspiring terror and fear.
I
Even by
agree.
representing them as terrorists, we're still inspiring fear so we can act on it. So we can get what we need. Just in every other situation.
I
It's
agree with
always
Chris
in the
here.
fear of the people. What?
I agree with him though.
What? They're
I
only
mean, I'm gonna blast out anytime somebody comes into my fucking
Yeah, exactly.
spot,
Exactly.
period.
Exactly.
I
That's how
totally
they're
agree with
acting.
what he says.
Yeah.
But once they step
that's
out,
how-
once
that's
they
how
step
Viet-
out of
that's
their
how
spot and they come
Vietnam-
up in your spot,
That's how
when you
Vietnam
start
was
calling
too,
terrorists.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
But not enough
That's how
people
Vietnam
do that. They
too.
just
It was just
prejudge all
it was
that.
just their
Yeah,
war, and we just stepped in.
Yeah,
and
but
started
do you
fucking shit
honestly
up.
feel like they're coming over here and doing stuff to us like on their own, or do you think they're being
No, I think-
given money to do these acts?
I don't
Oh,
think
hell.
they're doing it at
Yeah.
all. I
I
think
bet
it's a
the United
total
States been behind
agenda.
that shit for
I
sure.
think it's a total.
Yeah, that's what I
agenda,
mean.
dude.
It's
It
just-
all
yeah.
goes back to the handful of
Yeah, they're not
businessmen
even doing
It
anything
does.
about it.
Brian, are you a
on our
truther?
land.
Huh?
Are you a truther?
I don't. What's
A
a
9/11
truth?
truther?
I am.
What do you mean?
Are you a 9/11
Did I
truther?
believe in truth?
No, I mean, do you believe that 9/11
was
was
a-
not like a bunch of terrorists? It was like the government,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Are
CIA.
you fucking
Yes,
kidding me,
I am.
dude?
What?
I
There's
believe
this
Wait,
thing.
all right,
There's this thing the
second.
other day that showed
Three
two
truthers?
buildings that showed two building fires, and one
What?
was from 9/11,
Why?
and the buildings
Do you
collapsed,
believe they were
and the other
terrorists?
one was from like Japan. This building was fucking on fire with the hottest heat you ever seen, and the building still stood.
Yeah.
And it was like,
If you see the video,
if this fire doesn't burn down buildings, then what
watch
is
a video
this?
of a controlled demolition and the
Oh,
way that building
the same
falls,
exact-
the same exact
Dude,
way.
listen, there was
notice-
people there that said they heard explosions as the building's falling. Boom, 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 boom. They heard that.
Yep.
They heard 3 explosions before the building fell.
If you listen,
Before the plane ever hit.
or
The
look at that,
BBC
if you
woman.
look at this shit, Ryan, there is
Tower 7
there's
has
sparks
fallen,
like
and
flying.
it's fucking
yeah,
behind her.
yeah, that one
Still.
tower, the tower that didn't get hit.
Yeah.
You could see in the
Yeah,
windows
that's-
like sparks flying,
yeah.
almost like what they said that used. What is the name of the stuff
Thermite.
they use?
Thermite.
Yeah,
Thermite.
Because they
And
found
use
it in the
thermite to-
basement.
Exactly.
They found it in the basement.
found
It's
thermite
running
in the
like
basement.
lava.
That's why they didn't
running
pull
like
the rubble away from Ground Zero for
lava.
weeks, because the thermite was still fucking burning.
Yeah. They were like,
On that
oh,
one
we didn't
video online,
expect,
they
we
showed a
didn't
video
expect
of
that.
the
Yeah, the firefighters
girders
were
cut.
going in. They had to repair like the sewer systems, and it was all thermite. and
That's what they
shit.
said.
It was like lava, and they're like, this is not natural, as you can see. The plane would have definitely not done this. Or the one that crashed in PA,
Yep.
that they couldn't find any part of the plane, no engine, no nothing. And even on Mythbusters, they crashed it into the ground, a huge plane, and we're like, this is what you would find. And it was fucking...
You know, government
Engines
took
and all
everything
kinds
out
of shit.
there that would
No,
hurt
they didn't
anything.
fucking... No.
It never
If
even
it
happened.
They shot it
Well,
with
they're
a
saying they
cruise
think it
missile.
was, yeah,
They
they
just
think it was
shot a
just
missile
missile.
into the ground.
That's what they were.
The
That's-
same
that's
thing
what they
they
were
did
There
with
was
the
never a
Pentagon.
plane.
The
There was
same thing
never
they
a
did with the
plane.
Pentagon. They
In a
blame that.
conveniently evacuated wing
Listen.
of the Pentagon.
Yeah, exactly. Conveniently evacuated. Not only
Yep.
that, but they were saying like you would have to be the best military pilot in the world to be able to take that plane and fly it at the angle it came in and fly it right into the fucking building.
Well,
And there was no wing marks at all.
Well, 'cause it's like if
where
this
the
was
Well,
the
wings-
because
this was
it
the
wasn't the
Pentagon,
plane
it
they
and there
came
was
this
said.
nothing.
way,
And there was
and
nothing.
then it did a loop, like back up and under, and then it was gonna come this way, and then it hit it like this. That's
They
hard to
said
do
it
in a
was.
fucking F-18, let
Right.
alone.
It wasn't a plane, dude. It was just a missile.
Dude, my
That didn't have
favorite stat
wings.
was that
They-
that aren't the scramblers, the jets that they send out to scramble planes that are hijacked.
They were
They
all
had-
they were all
Yeah,
over
they were all
Alaska.
on a training mission in Alaska,
Yeah.
but then also
They
that
were all
the
in-
year before
They were all in
They were
training.
Every single
100%.
airplane on the
Dude,
East
they-
Coast.
they
were-
100% intercepted every one of their targets,
Yep.
but on 9/11 they failed 4 times.
Yep.
How's that possible?
Not only that, the day before or that day, the training they were in was terrorist training
Yep.
to protect
Yeah.
the country from
Yeah.
terrorists.
Like it's unfucking
They were
believable.
pretending to
Like-
intercept
And
hijacked
they
planes.
made-
Yet we're spending
They
millions
made
of dollars.
sure that the people were just far enough out there. You know what I mean?
That they
It was
couldn't
They
get
just
back.
opened
couldn't
World
make
Trade
it.
Center 1 the other day. They just I saw
Oh,
the
it's
headline.
open now?
Yeah, they just
It's a
opened
mock. It's a mock. They're mocking us, dude. It's just like, hey, we do what we want. Blow up a tower here, kill a couple people, and we get to go to war and make billions. We don't give a fuck.
Make billions.
And then kill
Just
more,
to get
more
the
of our
people to back them.
See,
you know
they don't
what I
care
mean?
about life. Life is the thing they don't care because war is
There's
just
plenty of
a
life.
Think about
eradic-
it.
eradication.
How many world record holding buildings or how many massive buildings can you build in Manhattan? When the construction industry runs dry in Manhattan and there's no big project to build, there's nobody getting paid from that. These big ass companies that are all controlling shit.
Oh,
What do?
blow shit
They
up.
fucking argue to the government. We can't get no money up here in this spot. Manhattan's the financial center.
Well,
What
this
do
is
you do?
getting all this back to the TPP
Blow up
because
buildings.
you find out that
rebuild.
the government
How many billions of
doesn't
dollars
own
did
the
it cost to
country.
build these towers?
The government doesn't own the country. Businesses own the country because businesses own the government. And now they're just coming out in the open with it, and people can't even fucking see it. It's like this TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership.
It's not the countries, it's the companies.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
the
it's
companies
both.
owning everything, though. I said it's the companies.
You know what's nuts
yeah.
is that only 3 people from each of the member countries have gotten a full text of the agreement. Only 3 people per country have gotten the full text.
Exactly.
But
It's
hundreds,
super secret.
hundreds of people who work for companies have the full text. Like only 3 government officials from each of the countries got full text.
Yeah, so
But
they want to give
hundreds
all
of-
the control. To
Yeah, but hundreds. I mean,
corporations.
could you imagine 3 people? We're gonna get into a treaty that only 3 people in America know everything
And
that's in
they're
it.
all good about it. It's all good. It's
Well,
like all cool. Yeah, we're 100% on this.
The executive
I mean?
branch
They
is
don't
kind
care.
of. I don't know how they work this, but there's something called the Trade Promotion Authority, or they call it fast tracking, where the executive branch of government can take this and drop it in the House without the Speaker of the House having anything to do about it, and can dictate the schedule of it. See, like, Obama's a Democrat and the House is currently controlled by Republicans.
Republicans.
Normally, if Obama had something he wanted to get passed, they just go fuck yourself, Democrat. We're gonna try to put
Right,
through our
yeah,
legislation. But because they're using this thing, this Trade Promotion Authority, it's getting dropped in the House, and they're going to be forced to vote on it.
And then they
Well,
They're
basically
not
not going, and,
well they
and
own they
don't
own
have
the
the
house.
chance to make amendments to it.
Well, they own the house anyway. They're just gonna pay as many people off as they need to pay off, and then that's gonna get the bill passed. You know what I
Maybe.
mean?
I hope
Well,
not, but I mean, it's
Dude,
certainly
listen,
possible.
if you look up the members of the House,
the
they like
the last
37
time-
members, or I forget how many it
Maybe
is.
a lot more than that.
Yeah, a lot more have like links back into these corporations that are running everything.
Yeah, out of 400 and some, what is it? 460. How many? How many?
something like that.
465.
It's like 465. Yeah, something like that. 463, 465. Yeah. Either way, out of that many, there's got to be a whole lot more than 70 corrupt.
Well, like, not long ago, they defeated that anti-piracy bill, the anti-internet
SOPA.
piracy. Yeah, SOPA. Yeah.
And then there was Pippa.
Yeah, which was even worse. But I mean, those both got defeated. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like a backdoor way to get that in. They're going to try to do it through a treaty as opposed to an actual House bill.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to an actual law, which is pretty fucking nuts.
That is
You know?
bullshit.
But I do agree that that there is something that needs to be done in terms of intellectual property rights.
160 around right
You know
now.
what I mean?
Yeah, they're passing those overseas and shit.
They've already met 19 times.
What the IP or the
The
TPP?
negotiations, they already met 19 times.
Right? And apparently it's the U.S. that
And
wants
they
most of the
started in
horrible ass shit.
2010. They started in 2010.
Of course, it's the U.S., dude. Like I said, like I was saying to Ian
It's
today,
like
we're
Disney
an
and shit wants
we're an
this,
undercover.
and the,
we're the undercover Nazis, dude. We're the undercover Nazis, hiding in the shadow, but we're here. You know what I'm saying?
Disney wants this.
So we're
Yeah, like Disney, they want it for copyright rules.
Copyright.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
of course.
tired of people pirating
You know what they're
the
mad about?
princesses on the internet.
They're mad about fucking. They're mad about people like using their videos, using their music, using their shit to make
No, they
better
just
videos.
want the money. They just want paid for it.
They're
They
mad.
want
They're
paid
mad
for
about.
it.
They're mad about them getting famous off their shit and them
That's-
not getting paid for it.
It's
That's
not
all it is.
that deep. It's not that deep.
Dude.
They just want to get paid. That's it. They want to get
They
paid.
already have enough money. What the
No,
fuck?
they don't.
Disney
That's the
wants
problem.
No,
No.
Disney don't. Disney ain't never
They
gonna
don't
have
think,
enough
they
money.
don't think they.
Dude,
Yeah, Disney's
I-
an evil
they
company.
never gonna have
Disney
enough
is an
money.
evil company. I think,
Listen,
dude.
it
They'll
wasn't
have you
created
killed.
that
Oh.
way.
Disney will have you
It was
fucking
not
killed.
created
man.
that way, though.
If I go out, just blame
Yeah,
it on
neither was
Disney,
Google.
bro.
Do you know the entire park down in Disney is built up on a second level? Like that whole park's not built
What,
on
in
ground
Florida?
level. No, yeah, it's built on top of an entire tunnel system. And it's not on ground level.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
It's
they
on the
got a
second
secret
floor.
underground tunnels.
He just
They ain't
built
fucking
all
around.
kind of underground tunnels because one time whenever Walt Disney was over in the California park, he was walking and he saw a cowboy in Tomorrowland, and he didn't like that because he didn't want the cowboys from Frontierland being seen in Tomorrowland and fucking up the experience for the guests.
Really?
So when he built his park down in Florida, which he bought up on pennies on the acre, because he created some crazy like backdoor deal. You have to pull it up on the internet because I don't want to start
What?
spouting off shit I'm not really sure about. But not really backdoor so much
It's like
as
the
he created like a
Transcontinental Railroad.
created
It's
a
like
shell
insider
company.
trading, you know.
and he didn't tell anybody that he was
Yeah.
buying up little pieces here and there and here and there under these shell companies, so nobody would find out what he was doing because he didn't want them to jack the land prices up.
Right.
So that's what he
Well,
did.
that's just smart.
It is
That's
smart.
not-
It's
that's not
extremely
even
smart
being a
business.
dick.
That's
It's
what I'm
not
saying.
illegal.
But it was like
Yeah,
it's
not
not
illegal.
illegal, but it was like some backdoor shit. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Oh, good
So,
for him.
anyways, he builds this park, but he builds it on the top level because he never wanted to see a character that was supposed to be in one area in another area and fucked up all the experience for all the guests that came. Yep.
He fucked it all up.
No, he didn't want it. He didn't want that down in Florida
okay.
like it did over in California. So he built all this underground tunnel system.
This thing's saying the TPP is basically a wish list for the 1%.
Fucking A.
It's a wish list.
It's not a
for
wish
the-
list
that's
for
a
the
per-
1%. It's a wish list for Disney and the record companies
No,
and the drug
the
companies in
1%.
part.
It's the
1% of the global wealth.
Yeah, but a lot of the 1% own
I don't know.
copyrights and patents and shit
Yeah.
because, like,
It's
look
all
at all the
about-
singers.
it's all about
look at all the
copyrights, dude.
musicians that are gonna be like getting way more money now. Way more money now.
Well, I mean, do you think it's right for people in other countries to just be able to straight up jack their shit
No.
and it not be illegal?
I don't think it's right.
It depends.
I don't even think pirating should be illegal.
A lot of people.
Here's the thing.
A lot of people.
Here's
That's
the
how they
thing.
get
All right,
known.
I want to talk about this because
Arr.
You know,
there's an interesting.
if you didn't
thing
have
that
a
happened.
money problem, you wouldn't have these problems.
Well,
Musicians
no,
used
it's
to
not
rank
even
up there
about
with
money, which is
jesters.
real
It's
interesting.
about money.
This guy who created this video game is called Hotline Miami. When he was finished with it and when he was done making it, he spent $10,000 to put it up on Steam,
Mhm.
and simultaneously put it up the final version, his copy, on the Pirate Bay from him.
Really?
Yes. And he said, and he was devoted, and he did every time that he like updated the game, like fixed a bug or something on the actual version for Steam. He also did that on the Pirate Bay version. So no matter what, you're always updating your game. And he's gone on the record to say that he feels that like people are gonna steal, people are gonna take whatever they want to take.
Yep.
You know what I'm
They're gonna
saying?
find a
When
way.
they find something that they like,
They'll-
9 times out of 10,
They'll
they're
buy
gonna
it.
buy it
Yep.
because they want to support it. And this guy has made so much more money than you would expect than having full DRM shit on his
I
game.
have something
They're
to say
just
about
mad.
that, too.
They're just mad
This-
that they're not getting the money off the
this
people
book
that
writer
like
down in
barely like
Brazil-
their shit. Like it's just okay. It's like needed.
Yep.
Like oh, I just
Hold
want
on,
your
I wanna see what
video.
Chris has to
This,
say.
Yeah.
this book writer down in Brazil, he put his book up on the Pirate Bay, and he also had a hard copy.
Yep.
And people downloaded the free version, and then they went out and bought the actual book because
Yeah.
they liked it so much. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? That's how he got
Well, that's-
known. That's how he
exactly.
made
Dude,
And
it.
that gives you
know?
good publicity. You
That's
know what
how-
I'm saying? People say all publicity is good, good
But
publicity.
okay, here's
That's
the
wrong.
thing. That's
you know what I'm
not
saying?
piracy.
I used to
he
buy
did
tons
it
of
voluntarily.
Exactly.
And so did the guy you were talking
Yeah,
about.
but
that's voluntarily.
yeah, but
If
it
you
leads
wanna
back to
produce
piracy.
something-
but it
the
leads
main-
back to piracy.
the
If you
main
wanna make
thing-
money,
It
you
doesn't,
make money.
because voluntarily is voluntarily.
No, the main thing we're trying
Listen,
to extract
I just bought the
from this story
Eminem rap
is that if your
song
shit is
on
good,
iTunes.
You're
people
saying-
will buy
I
it.
could've went
You're
and
saying
downloaded
it's a
it, you know?
smart business decision to put
No,
it up on
no,
Pirate
that's
Bay.
not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the thing you should get out of this
Mhm.
is that no matter if it's pirated or if you put it up there yourself for free, If you're selling it as well and it's good, people will buy it. No matter if they got it for free first and got it pirated and stole it,
Not
or you
as
gave
many.
it away.
I
If it's
still buy
good,
Blu-rays.
people
Not as
will
many,
buy
brother.
it.
I haven't
Exactly.
bought half as
Dude,
many.
yeah, but-
I haven't even bought a tenth of as many CDs as I used to
Yeah,
buy
but
6 years
listen,
ago.
Listen to
Yeah,
me.
but
It's like
yeah,
me.
but
It's
that-
like
8
me
years
giving
ago.
you a fucking pizza
That
for a
weasels out-
restaurant promotion.
Yeah,
You've
but
been
that-
going on
You know,
YouTube.
here's a free
and
pizza.
listening to
9
the
times
song,
out of 10,
they're
if you like
getting
it, you're
money
probably
for
gonna
it.
go back and buy one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
what I'm
I'd be
saying.
hungry for a
If it's-
pizza, but I don't need 2
If
CDs.
it's digital media,
And I
yeah,
don't
you'll
need
never
to-
need a
Yeah,
you'll
but I'm
never
saying-
need
yeah,
it
but I'm
again.
saying-
I don't need to.
It isn't
Yeah.
a free slice of
Paintings,
pizza.
I don't
But I'm
need-
saying,
But
You-
say you
you
go
can
to look
never
up
eat
that
pizza
song on
again.
YouTube.
it's
That
it's
artist is
weaseling
getting
out
paid
the shit
because
that
you're
people
looking at
don't
their
need.
song.
That's
As long
what
as
it's
it's
doing.
And again,
Internet
that's
provider.
voluntary.
You don't need 2 CDs. You don't need 2 this. You don't need 2 that. You don't need it. So the companies aren't getting paid for it because people don't need it. This should be a thing. This should be a
Before that-
system based on what you need.
Well,
not
before you were
what
able to pirate
So
so
the
easy,
farmers
you
will
know
be
what I mean?
stinking
Got
rich,
paid
but the
like
rest of us
crazy.
are fucked.
Listen,
No.
back in the days when I used to
You
buy
need
albums,
art.
dudes went
You
like
need
10
music, you
times
just don't need
platinum.
a
Now,
flood of it.
they struggle to even make platinum.
No, you need a flood
Most
of it so
artists
you
struggle to
can
even
find out
make
what's
platinum,
good.
dude.
Yeah,
and
what's
that,
fu-
you know how
yeah.
much money them dudes used to make off of CDs? I swear to God, I used
It's
to buy
because
mad
people-
CDs. I have so many CDs, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
everybody buys CDs. And
I
Because
never-
everyone used to, but guess
I've
guess
only
what?
ever bought 2
Go
CDs.
look at Billboard charts. Go look at sales figures. Back about 15 years ago, 10 years ago, before the internet music swap got big.
Go look at
that.
iTunes charts
And
and,
then-
sales numbers.
well, yeah,
you
now-
can say the same thing.
iTunes, yeah, but iTunes is going up. But look at the price you're getting into my iTunes. You're getting it for a lot cheaper than you're going to buy that album.
Yeah, exactly. $9.99.
And
flat.
now people are allowed to pick out
songs.
individual songs
Yeah,
they want to
one
download
song,
too.
99 cents.
Yeah, so,
Exactly.
Yeah, so the
That just-
so the album's gone.
Well, before you couldn't pick
There's no
and choose your
CD.
song. If you liked one song on an album, dude, you had to pay the whole money to get it, and that artist made a lot more money. I'm just saying. That's
Well, they-
how it used to go.
they-
Go look at the sales
Artists
figures.
shouldn't
now.
artists
rarely
shouldn't
make
be
money
making
off of
fucking
albums. They
artists
normally
shouldn't
make
be
money off of
making
touring.
$80 billion.
No.
Artists shouldn't be making $80
Not
million.
80 billion.
So labels.
You
that
should
make
make.
money
You should.
off
Yeah,
of
the labels make
It's-
money off the CD. The artist
Okay.
only makes money off the concert. So if you
No,
really
they
like
make
your
some
artist,
money off
they're
their
still
albums.
getting.
Some of them.
Yeah, but not that much.
If they have a record deal, they
It,
don't.
it depends.
Yeah.
It depends on
Nothing.
the artist.
They make money on merch and concert.
Yeah.
tickets.
Oh, they make shit tons of money.
That's
on
what I'm
tour.
It
saying.
depends on
That's
their
what I'm saying. It
contract.
doesn't matter about the CD. It matters about if you like that person, you will go to see them. So
yeah.
Eventually, they're getting money out of it because they're not making as much. That reminds me of that South Park, like,
Yeah.
oh, I couldn't buy my gold fucking fish tank because it didn't make $80 million this year. Or that kid's like, I can't buy you your own private island this year. Sorry, boy. It's like you don't have enough money. Like it's just artists that aren't that good that want to get paid more. You know what I mean? Or companies. It might even not be that. It might even be the companies above them that have
Totalitarian
artists
bullet.
that
Go
have artists
way
that
back
aren't
in
getting
the
paid that
days.
good.
Dude, it's
Wait.
totalitarian bureaucrats just trying to.
We were talking about this. Squeeze every penny out of
Yeah.
the system. They're just trying to squeeze us dry until we have nothing
Well,
left.
go
And
back
if you
to the
can't,
back
if you
days,
can't look
man.
around and see that, that's what they're doing, dude. They're trying to run us into
See,
a
they
depression.
know what's-
Artists
they
used
know
to
what's
ride the
happening,
pine
so
next to
they're
the
just-
fucking jester.
Dude, they're saving up all their loot.
For real.
It's all about
Yeah,
who
that's
can get
true.
who
Yes.
can get their money the quickest. You know, who can get the most money.
So go way
Okay,
back.
well, all right. There's certainly all right. So let's.
So you don't have to get close to the mic.
Oh, sorry. All right. So
At what
let's
point
take
did
this into
that
just
start?
another like little bit of direction here, because when I was doing my research on this, I also noticed people were complaining a lot about the patents and copyrights in the medical industry, and how this was a bad thing.
Well,
That also does
It
deals
holds
with this
it holds
treaty.
back innovation.
See,
you know?
no, I
because
think
you
Yeah.
can't
it's
take
the exact
you
opposite.
can't you can't
No,
take the copyrighted stuff and then change that because that's illegal.
Well, I mean,
So you
so
can't
like
work
for
on
Or
Patents.
patents,
modify it and make it better.
Yeah.
You know,
there's
to
a,
re-engineer.
Well, it's not even that. It's so other people don't make money off your original design,
right.
which
well,
is what innovation is really.
I
And
mean,
inventing is.
yeah,
It's like taking
but
the
you
original
have to.
design of someone
If
else.
if you're gonna take it upon yourself to invest in whatever time and money it is into a product, or the idea that there's intellectual property law protects you, and it doesn't just protect big businesses. It protects small businesses from big businesses. If you can get a patent on your product, then giant business can't just steal it from you.
Well,
You know what I
listen,
mean?
The thing with all
And then
this
you
is
as a small business
it's-
person
there's
are
a-
protected.
there's a lot of good things intermixed with the horrible things.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it's just it's a blind. They're like, hey, it's got some good shit. Look at this. It'll
Like
help you with your
Obamacare.
small business. It'll give you
the Federal
Obamacare.
Reserve.
We just said, oh, we'll tax these people, but we'll really get rid of all your get rid of all your insurance, make you quit your insurance, and then fucking. It's just a blind. Like I said, it's just a blind. They're just saying, oh, here's some good shit, but really this is horrible. You don't want to pass this because that will give us total control of everything. It may seem good at the beginning, but when governments start being like, all right, we need food. We have no more. We're running out of food, and they're like, "Well, you're not an important country, so you don't get food."
Fuck 'em.
You know what I mean? Like,
Fuck 'em.
it's just
If
it
you
just
keep
goes
feeding
behind
them, they're just gonna keep having more kids.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh man,
Dude, the system's collapsing. It's horrible.
Hey,
it was built to collapse.
But yeah, but people aren't aware
Just-
of it. Is the bad part?
You
They're-
just gotta
they're
sit
not-
back and watch it, son, because that's all you can do at this
No
point.
way. We're informing people. You don't just sit back and watch it. You
Well,
inform.
what are they gonna
you
do
have to
about
get
it?
up and do
Because
something about
everybody
it.
has to get together. Everybody has to get together. We need to form clubs. Like I have on Facebook right now. I just made a group that's the Twin Leaks Roundtable. If you want to talk about some important shit, if you want to meet in a group and actually like discuss this and maybe meditate or whatever, then go on there and add the group. Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out, Roundtable. But yeah, we need to get communities together. We need to get awareness. It's basically about awareness because we can just let this world fall to shit. We can, believe me, it's too easy to sit back and watch it all fucking fall and then us left with nothing and be a struggle. Because if it falls down, you know exactly what it's going to be. It's not going to be you're affected right away. It's going to be the lower class is affected. So just like the guy there with the monkey on his back. He's fucking crying about, oh, we have no more food stamps. We have no more this, paying for lower class stuff. So the lower class is going to be totally fucked. And all those people, black or white, are going to fucking come out of their homes that they no longer have and start searching for food. Where do you think they're coming? Your neighborhood, not people with fences, not the super rich because they have fences and security cams. They're coming for your neighborhood where you have nothing. You just have maybe a gun. You know what I mean? What's that going to do against 30 people or riots in the streets? You know what I mean? That's where it's going to start. People just in the middle class are like, oh, I'm just sitting back, just waiting for shit to hit the fan. You're not going to be affected by it. You're not going to know when shit hits the fan. It's already hit the fan. It's hitting the fan. When we were in D.C., we saw homeless people everywhere. When you're in Pittsburgh, when you're in any city, you see homeless people now. It's like a common thing. And that's going to, here soon, it's going to hit the point where it's going to be so many people that the people start, like, getting in groups, homeless groups, and being like, all right, well, we can just knock over that food store and take all this shit.
Don't
So
you think
why
that's
don't
what
we
the
do it?
government wants?
That,
And
yes,
the 1%.
so they can
They're doing this
do
whole gun
martial
shit.
law.
They're running out people's
So they can
guns. They want
listen.
the middle class to turn in their fucking guns. So then
Mhm.
whenever the lower class revolts, they turn the middle class into lower class too.
Yeah.
And guess who's left?
The top.
The top.
Hey, that's how Soviet Russia was.
Rolling all of us. Well, they're going to turn it into a totalitarian police state, where it's just like,
Man, it's coming. It's
Dude,
coming so
it
soon.
is
Are
coming.
you guys like concerned about the militarization of police?
yes.
Like how they're-
What do you mean?
Yeah,
How
Did
they're
you
buying up all these rounds that
They're
are like
buying
armor
up-
piercing and
Yeah,
shit?
and not only that, they're buying up crazy ass military vehicles like MRAPs. You guys ever seen an MRAP?
No.
They're mine resistant vehicles. Like when
Mine?
up armored
Yeah.
Humvees aren't good enough, the military sends out MRAPs.
Yeah. Look at
Right?
look
And
at
now,
look at an MRAP
Dude,
right
Ohio
now.
State
Fucking, it is
University,
ridiculous.
Ohio State University's police just bought an MRAP to deal with
What?
crowd control after football games.
Wow,
I'm
dude,
not making
this
this
thing
up.
is a crazy
And,
fucking vehicle. You don't use this on your own people.
No.
Wasn't there a
No.
bill against
Dude.
bringing?
Dude.
Wasn't there a bill against bringing military vehicles on our own
civilians
soil?
aren't allowed. Civilians aren't allowed to own that. Which, so to me, that means police shouldn't be allowed to own that because they aren't the fucking military,
Yeah.
right? And Dallas just got an M1 Abrams tank
Huh?
to serve warrants. A motherfucking tank. This thing has a 120 millimeter cannon on it, and they're going to serve warrants with it. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, look up an MRAP if you don't know what it is. And yeah,
MRAP?
I did have it up.
MRAP.
MRAP.
Yeah, check it out. MRAP. MRAP.
Yeah, it's a big ass fucking armored truck.
Dude, you
That
should
they're
not be
going to
using that
use
in the
to-
fucking streets, dude.
Yeah.
And it has a turn on the top. Like, what are you using that in crowd control for? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get ready. I'm just saying to everybody out there, if you're not already getting ready, get ready. Because
Mhm.
shit is gonna hit the fan.
Regulators, mount up.
Right?
Dude, that's what we're doing right now. If anybody doesn't believe, we're making like a brotherhood. We're making a faction right now. We're having people out there that want to get apart, that know that shit's about to get ready, and that know that they have to join up somewhere, or you're gonna be left alone, dude. There ain't gonna be nobody helping you. Like, we need a community. We need a bunch of people, like-minded people that are gonna resist altogether and not let, because when the world falls apart, it's gonna be, you know who's gonna come after people? It's gonna be lower class, and you know where those lower class are gonna go? They're gonna go to gangs, and then gangs are gonna be the fucking toughest thing in the city, and it's gonna be gangs versus the police versus you.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
remember when we were in D.C., we saw the SWAT guys? You remember how they were dressed? Like, they were dressed in military fatigues, and they had,
No.
a military
Those
caps
were
on.
national.
No, those were SWAT guys. I walked up to them. They had SWAT written on
Oh,
them.
were they?
Yeah.
Oh.
But they looked like they were in the military.
Yeah.
So there's like this military culture going on in police departments that is fucked up. Because,
Well, it's
I'm
all-
sorry, man, we are not a warring nation.
That's right.
They're policing us. But this isn't fucking Afghanistan. I don't need you to have an M16.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Well,
Exactly.
what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. They did have
M16
M16s.
rifles.
Dude,
Right.
it's protect and serve.
Dude.
Right now, it's just
Well,
like
you
you,
know
got
what?
a gun to your back at all times.
They
It's
got
like,
the
what
war-
are you doing?
They got the
are you
war on
moving wrong?
drugs.
Are
Who
you
fights
moving wrong?
wars? They got the war on drugs. Who fights wars? Soldiers fight wars.
Yep.
So
War
they're
on
treating
drugs.
them like soldiers.
That's-
They're arming them like soldiers. They're training them like soldiers.
Dude,
And
it's
who
all
are they
part
fighting?
of the brain. Yeah, they're fighting us.
Yeah.
So
Did-
it's brainwashed
did you hear
to
about-
fight your own people. That's what it is.
Did you hear about this dude? What's his name? David Eckard from
No.
New Mexico.
No.
Yeah, you did hear about him.
Did I?
This is the
You
dude.
did.
He was stopped in New Mexico for a traffic stop. He failed to stop completely at a stop sign at a Walmart, right? Which I'm sorry, those are barely even fucking stop signs. If you have a stop sign in a motherfucking parking lot, that's not really a stop sign. I don't give a
fuck
shit.
all that.
You know what I mean? Like,
only
okay,
there
so
for
it,
pedestrians.
yeah, so like, all right, so that's first off, that's bullshit. Even just to give the guy a ticket, you know what I mean? But they pull him out of the car for some fucking reason that the article I read didn't get into why exactly they pulled
It
him out
looked
of
like
the car.
it
Like-
said it looked like he was clenching his buttocks.
Mm-hmm. So they thought he had drugs on him because he was standing kind of like really straight and with his legs together. So they're like, "You got drugs in your ass," and he's like, "I don't have fucking drugs in my ass." And they were like, "Yes, you do."
Maybe
So they-
maybe just had the shit.
Yeah, so they get a
It's
fucking
really not
warrant.
funny. Yeah.
They get a warrant to search this guy's asshole, right? They take him
Jesus.
to a fucking hospital, and the
Yeah, I see
hospital, the guy,
this.
the doctor at the hospital's like, "Get the fuck out of here! I'm not searching some dude's asshole."
Colonoscopy X-ray for non-existent drugs.
Right? Yeah. So he gets X-rayed. Then they stuck their fingers up there just to like check with their fingers. Didn't find nothing. They then again they stuck their fingers up there, and then they gave him a colonoscopy. They gave him three fucking enemas.
Wow.
They made him shit on the floor 3 fucking
Jesus.
times.
While people
Right?
watch it.
While people watched.
What?
Dude, they had this dude. They held him
That's
down,
I don't mean to
shoved an
laugh.
enema
Some
up his
Gitmo
ass.
shit.
Like, yeah, dude, if you did that to a fucking Gitmo guy, you'd go for fucking war crimes at the Hague.
Dude, it is
Yeah.
war
You
crimes.
could-
That's fucked up.
So,
It is
yeah,
It's fucked
they
up
seriously,
how much power they have. How much
they
power
seriously raped this man several fucking times, right? And then it turns out after the end of it, the warrant wasn't even valid. First off, I don't know how you can get a warrant for a man's
Wow.
asshole.
Yeah, how are you gonna go
Like,
for it to search
that is
someone's
not a
ass?
building.
That's- Yep.
Like, you can't have a warrant for rape. I'm sorry. No, you can't fucking do that.
No.
Well, they just did it.
They
dude.
fucking
Yeah.
just did it. So this guy,
Wait,
so they didn't
wait.
find
If they
anything.
get a warrant for an asshole, they can do anything. Apparently,
Well, they did.
I know.
They
what the
fingered this
fuck is
guy's
that?
asshole
What the fuck?
repeatedly. And they shoved it. They
That's
shoved all
ridiculous.
kinds of shit in this dude's butt.
Oh yeah, they shot the camera up there.
Yeah, they shoved a camera up
Dude,
there.
the guy,
That's
the guy at
disgusting.
the fucking New Mexican Police Department definitely has
Oh.
has a butt fetish.
Oh, dude,
Has an asshole fetish.
these people, and they never ended up finding anything. And the warrant expired at 10 p.m., but this guy was still getting raped well into
Oh
the
my
wee hours of the
God.
morning. And the warrant was never valid for the county that it all occurred in. The warrant was only
Really?
valid for the county that the first hospital was in. They're the one that they said, no, we're not going to stick our fingers up this guy's ass. So they went to another hospital in a different fucking county. So the warrant wasn't valid there at all. So this guy's suing everybody.
Yeah, I would be.
Oh,
Wouldn't you?
he's suing.
Well,
Dude,
what's-
somebody
I
should
would
get
be too.
arrested.
What's-
People should do jail time for this.
Yep.
The worst part is if they'd had a found drugs on the last time, after he'd have been raped 5 or 6 times, on the last time, if
It-
they'd
it
have
would still
found like a
been
gram
dropped.
of pot,
Still would have been
Yeah.
dropped.
they would have. Yeah, the story would have dropped. Nobody'd
Because the
ever
warrant
fucking
would
know
have been
about this. The
valid.
guy'd be in jail.
Yep.
Yeah, and Brian, didn't you say that they made him pay?
They're
the
gonna they're gonna make him pay for all the medical procedures that they did to him.
Wow.
Illegally.
Yeah. How do you fucking do that? How do you? That's where it's just
This
like
is
screaming.
how America's
the
becoming
police-
a police
The
state.
police have way too much power.
Way
dude.
too much
Way
power.
too much.
Like,
Oh, like there was that one policeman who's pulling over people and telling girls to suck his dick, or he'll give them a ticket or something like
That shit
that.
happens all the time.
You
though.
remember that?
Yeah, that shit happens all the time.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
oh, that's
I remember
fantastic.
Yeah, that shit is
That.
crazy.
That's when Union Township had police.
Dude, that's
That's
fucking.
what he worked for, Union
Dude, it's-
Township.
Wait,
fucked.
you're saying that happened around
Yeah,
here?
man.
Yeah,
That's
Union
local shit
Township.
happens all the time.
Yeah.
Or
Dude,
that. Remember that?
That
What was that
Cover
one
One
policeman
City?
that was selling?
I ain't
Selling
throwing
coke?
out. I
I ain't
ain't
getting-
a name out there. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah, you shouldn't be throwing out names.
Yeah.
oh, dude, hey,
We'll edit that.
it's like it wasn't in the paper
Yeah, right,
everywhere.
that's
in the,
true.
in
Well,
the
there's
news.
some dirt.
Yeah, there was,
dirt going on there,
dude.
boy.
Oh.
Like you wouldn't believe.
Dude, I heard he was passed out in his car one day, and that's how they found him, like all junkied up.
Shit was
It's fucking
wild,
crazy, dude.
brother.
Crazy. It's like police put on this outfit, this uniform that like separates them from everybody else, and they just think they're above everyone else.
Mhm.
But the only thing that's different is the fucking clothes we wear. But they did an experiment, a
Hey,
psychological
they take a
experiment.
9-week training course.
Yeah. And read a fucking
Christ.
book and get brainwashed. But think
No,
about
that's how they're able to drive at 150 miles an hour. Because they took that training course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's okay,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right?
And
Well,
run,
they
and
have
run
lights.
through and run through stop
And run
signs,
through
and
stop signs,
stoplights, everything. Even when they're not.
I
When they're
can't
not doing
stand
shit.
police, man.
Dude, some police
If
are
we
good.
had proper education,
Some the tiniest.
and proper,
Yeah.
proper shit, we would have needed so much less police officers.
Yeah, the police
are
are
you
just
guys
another. The police are another another like a
facilities
little
for
cover up,
papers.
another little try to antidote, like a little cover up to put over the huge fuck up that is America.
Dude,
That
Well,
we
if
started
people
out.
weren't
It's
so
all emanated
impoverished, there
from
wouldn't be any
exactly.
fucking crime.
It's
There
from
you
money. It's from money and greed.
That
That's
ain't
where all
100%
the
true
dude,
either.
dude.
Well, no,
There's
that's
a lot
not
of
100%
fucked up
true.
people.
But there would
but
be a lot
People would get
less.
way
Yeah,
greedier.
there'd probably be less.
There'd be like almost none. If
No,
nobody
you know,
was
you know what's
impoverished,
interesting?
if nobody
Is
was
it's
impoverished,
not
and you
just
had
it's
everything
not just
you needed.
impoverished because this is the United States of fucking America. Nobody's really impoverished.
Really,
Really,
dude.
dude.
There's
People
a
that live
lot
on the
of people
streets
that
want to live on the streets.
No, dude.
Yeah.
There's a
no.
lot of people
Yes.
that live on the streets
Dude.
that want to live on the streets.
Dude,
There
no,
are.
no.
There
Consider
are.
consider
I
this
know
for a
one.
minute,
I
because
know
this
one.
is interesting. You'll basically get your basic needs met. You get food, you can have a place to live, and you can get your emergency medical taken care of. People who live in like shitty ass cultures that
They don't
you know
have
that don't have like the modern
Yeah, but
amenities
that's
that we have.
Not
But
good.
it's-
That's not.
They
good.
don't have those people that are living way fucking worse than our poor people are. Don't do the crime that our poor people do.
Yeah, but
based
we're
on-
we're
'cause
gonna
it's
let
jealousy.
it get to that.
It's
We're
just,
gonna
it's
let
just
it
the
get
fact
to
that there's
that.
a higher strata of
Yep.
civil of
Dude,
society
right.
We're
that
just-
they can look to and say, I want that. You know what I
He's
mean?
right.
I mean, there are people that are way worse off that don't have the jealous notion that I should take what they have and make it mine because they don't see the wealth of other people.
Millions and millions of people over in other countries.
Yeah,
India,
they just
China.
have no fucking clue that people live so much better than them, so they don't have any want to commit crime. It's not that there's abject poverty here, because the poverty is much worse in a lot of places. It's that our poor people, our people of a lower social strata, can look at our rich people
Ah.
and say, why the fuck are they doing so much better than me?
Mm.
You know? So
Yeah.
I'm...
And some
and
people
then
don't
and
wanna
then
do
not
shit, so they
get and
choose
then
to
not get
be.
means without money to get that status.
Right?
You know what I mean? You can't like in China or whatever. You can work and you can study for. I don't know. I'm just babbling.
No, they do. They do.
I think they have a lot better education system.
No,
over
it's
there,
it's
don't
not
they?
even.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's not
think
even
so,
so much
no.
that. It's
No.
just that they're
Yeah,
so.
China sucks for
It's
a
just
lot
that
of
the
things.
poor
Oh, yeah,
people
China
weren't
sucks.
raised.
Don't say China sucks.
like
Oh,
that. They're not
China
raised like
sucks
that over there. They're raised with religion. They're raised with like respect. They're raised with other things. The poorer people in other countries because they never had anything. Their generations before that never had anything.
Right.
In America, just like he said,
You think
you're
there's
looking
just
up
a
to
big,
a way bigger standard.
greedy
This
poor
country was
population?
founded on capitalistic notions and
Well,
ideas.
yeah.
I mean, don't get me. Yeah, it's a kind of the American way to be greedy.
Ah,
and I mean,
that's
you
a
look at the
horrible
media
way
that
to-
people
it's
take
true,
in.
though.
You can't turn on TV and not see rich, beautiful people driving badass cars. You can't do that. You can't listen to music
constant
without
reinforcement.
hearing about it. So people want those things.
Yep.
They have
It's
it
a
pushed
terrible-
in their face.
it's a
They
terrible
think they're
fuel to the
supposed
fire.
have it.
It's a terrible fuel
The
of
little
fire. 'cause-
Sanjay walking his ox through the fucking, you know,
Yeah.
right down through the river down there, you know, to get some water and some grain to take home. He ain't never seen a fucking
Yeah,
Corvette.
he doesn't care about the
ain't never-
Corvette.
He
Yeah.
ain't never seen a
He doesn't
sexy
care
ass
about
broad
anything like
with a
that.
bunch of money.
He don't care.
He don't give a
doesn't
fuck.
care
He don't,
about
he
that.
don't know. He don't know.
Yeah,
All
but
he
it's
knows
almost
is
it's an
life's
almost
good.
an over
I'm
it's
fed.
almost an
I got an
overload.
ox.
for-
Broad's wearing a burqa,
Yep.
so she's just as
Yep.
hot as every other broad in the village.
See, that's how that
So,
goes.
yeah, he don't covet his neighbor's
He don't
wife
get-
because his
but
neighbor's
they don't
wife's
give
just
a
wearing a
fuck.
big black towel.
True story.
It's true. That's why. That's why they do that shit.
Mhm. Hey, I'm not gonna want to bang your wife if she looks just like mine.
Yeah. What's the point?
True story. That's a great
She got some
subject.
like third hole I don't know about.
All right,
Hey,
we're turning into a
discounted.
pumpkin. I think we
Yep.
should take a break.
Bum bum bum. All right, we'll
Come
be
back.
back, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
definitely I'm heading out
Chris
after
is
this.
heading
So I'll
out?
see you guys.
Yeah.
Chris is,
All right,
Chris is
be
leaving.
safe,
Thanks,
Chris.
Chris, for stopping
Thanks for
back.
stopping by.
Badass.
Shed
Again,
the shed the
shed
knowledge.
shed some light. Yeah, we'll see you next time, Chris. All right, we'll be
Peace,
back.
guys.
Hey, started.
Have we started?
We have started.
Oh shit!
So, neither one of you two chimed in on that discussion
What discussion?
What discussion?
on whether you approve of an income tax over a flat consumption tax as a way to tax the people.
So if you make more money, you'll be taxed.
Well, no, if you make an
If you
income,
spend
you-
more
yeah,
money, you'll
no,
be taxed.
yeah. What it comes down to is all your goods are now getting a flat tax as opposed to 7%, like 15 or 20% of your goods that you buy and that you're consuming are 20% more expensive. However, you'll get 35% of your income back as opposed to paying that tax every year.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'd be for that.
I think taxes
Because I think
are
you'd see so many
bullshit
people.
altogether.
Well, I don't know if the
Agreed.
tax money goes to correcting this country and fixing the
It
national
never
debt.
does, though.
Well, it never does. The only way we can change it is
Well, the
people.
national debt. The
So-
fucked up thing is the national debt will always be there because the Federal Reserve
Yeah.
lends out more money than it has. You know?
But that's what I'm saying. That's a way to collect more money to bring it back in. And I think that you'll see. Look at how much money doesn't get taxed. How many people do you know have careers that they don't pay taxes? I
So
know fuck
many.
ton.
Really?
Yeah, I know fuck ton.
Like who?
Like,
what
I'm
kind
not
of
gonna
jobs?
put people's
Like,
names
what kind
out.
of what kind of jobs though?
Let's go for the first and foremost, the drug trade. It's not getting taxed. Period.
Mhm.
There's tons
Yeah.
of income,
You do.
millions of dollars.
Prostitution, not getting taxed.
Yeah, with the
Mhm.
consumption tax, it doesn't matter if your job's under the table or not.
Yeah.
If you buy
Listen,
something,
you should get
you're gonna
the
get
way
taxed.
I think
yeah.
taxes should work is they shouldn't fucking tax cigarettes to where it's like $10 or not even
Oh, yeah,
cigarettes,
that's
like things
horseshit.
like meat and milk and all this shit when it doesn't need to be taxed.
Milk
What
doesn't
needs-
have a tax on it. It has a state minimum price,
Mhm.
which is just
see,
It's the
Yeah.
same. It's the same thing, just confused behind, hidden behind another thing. But the way tax should work is it should be like an income based thing. Like if I make $10,000 to $30,000, I'm only getting taxed like $25 off of each paycheck, not $100, not 30% of my paycheck, not 25% of my paycheck. When I'm only making nothing. I can understand if you're making $250,000 a paycheck or like $20,000 a paycheck, taking $1,000, taking $2,000. But the fact that people are making like $2,000 and they're taking $800 out of that or $700 for taxes is fucking ridiculous and
35%.
obscene. It's obscene how
It
much
is
they
obscene.
take. It's gonna come to a point where they take so much you're not making enough to survive.
Okay,
and
so
what
you're
they're
against
doing
an
is
income
true.
tax.
They're cutting people off slowly but surely. They're making it so only the top have really any money. Only the top can survive. Only the top can live like a good life in American eyes. And the way it is, even if you want to drop the system, even if you want to get away and go into the woods or whatever, now they're trying to go into the woods and own the land. After 10 years of this destructive system, if we do nothing, if we run away from the problem, you know what's getting destroyed? Those fucking woods that you're in. And they'll find you and they'll pull you back into the system if you don't fight it. You know what I mean? It's just
35%, man. 35%. 35% of $1 million, Ryan, is fucking a lot more than 35% of $2,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So those people are getting fucked too.
No,
I mean,
they're not
they,
getting fucked.
They are
dude.
getting fucked.
They're not getting
Okay,
fucked.
overpaid or not, if you're taking 35% off of me, you're getting fucked no matter what.
Well, they should.
If I
listen,
make $1 million
no.
and you're taking fucking $35,000 off me,
It's
that
like I
hurts a
said.
whole
Yeah,
lot
it
more than
shouldn't.
taking that $600.
Yeah, it shouldn't be on.
What? 350 grand. Sorry.
That's what I mean. It shouldn't be on percent.
Sorry,
It
that
should
was
be
fucked up.
based on each paycheck. Not so much percent, like 35%. That's ridiculous,
No,
even
just
for
flip
the
the
rich.
script, give them a consumption tax. So if I'm going to buy that fucking car,
It's gonna cost
it's
more.
going to cost me more to buy that car because the taxes are on that, not my income. I'm making my full income. They
You
don't
make
touch
your
your
full.
income. That's
full
what I'm getting
income.
at.
Oh,
When in
okay.
consumption tax, there's no income tax. So you're not paying 35% of your pay. You're getting your full pay, and then whatever
Things
you
just
decide you
cost
want to
more.
buy.
Things just cost more.
Yes. So guess what? I might not buy 2 Big Macs. I might only buy 1. I might not buy like 5 things off the dollar menu. I might only buy 2.
Yeah, food
People
and clothing
consume
would
less.
be taxed.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
it'll be it'll base an economy based off what we're consuming instead of
Right.
instead of
Maybe
just
people
useless
consume
crap.
less.
Yeah, people will consume less.
Maybe.
You might see less
And you might
obesity.
see more
And you'll see
savings.
less. You'll
I
see
don't
less
know.
useless.
People
companies.
adapt, dude. That's what happens.
But-
People will adapt to having more money and having to spend
Well,
more
that'll
on their
be
goods.
that'll be companies that don't
It'll
serve
pay
a
off.
purpose that are just sitting in the background like leeching off people won't get money. You know what I mean? They won't get that extra money.
Mhm.
Right.
So because they won't be consumers paying them. You know what I
Yep.
mean? They won't get that guaranteed 35% off your shit. They're gonna have to actually work for it.
Right.
Now. You know what I mean? Work for the money to.
I think one-way taxes should work. Like, if we're gonna pay an income tax like we do now and have to fill out all these fucking forms for the IRS, I think we should be able to elect where our money goes to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There should be boxes
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
can
you
click.
should be able to check boxes.
But
I want to
it
pay
should-
for this. I want to pay for this.
And you should be able
I
to
don't wanna pay-
follow it and actually go there.
Yeah,
you
I
know what I
mean,
mean? And
it should be
especially
fairly
when they add
broad,
a
but-
new tax every year. There's like there's a new one. It's just like, oh, income tax. Now you're paying for
Yeah,
this.
it
Now you're
should be
paying for
broad.
this, and you're paying for this now. I want that explained. You know what I mean? Like, where is this money
Social
going to?
Right.
Well,
It's
that's
going to the
Reda's
federal.
right.
It's going to the federal bank.
If you're going to continue a federal income tax, please let us pick where the fuck our
Yeah.
money goes.
Yes.
Transportation, social services. Just give me basic
But just
categories.
give people,
I'll click
give
on it.
people,
Military.
give people
Military, yeah.
control.
School.
Give people
Education.
control give people control the country. This
NASA.
is our country. That's what's fucked up about
How
it.
much better do you think NASA would be funded if people could elect to fund NASA?
Isn't it privately
I think it would be funded
now?
worse.
No.
No,
I thought the government.
only space missions are privately funded because NASA's not running any space
Yeah,
missions
like,
for a while, but
Dude,
Yeah.
if you had the
Just
public,
because
if you
NASA
had the
doesn't have a good
public
vehicle.
decide what would be funded, people would be funding like a way to get a beer that gets you more.
people would be
drunk or
funding
something,
for
like
for
stupid
cancer.
shit.
No,
No.
I don't think necessarily. No, if you left it in
If you-
open forum,
listen,
yes,
listen,
Ryan.
I'll put it-
If
yeah,
you like
yeah.
fill in the
Open
blank.
forum.
Where
That's
do
what
you
yeah,
want your
just
money?
have-
to
yeah.
go?
It has to be check boxes.
I'd be like legalization.
Because
of
I'd be like,
marijuana.
me.
That'd be the
Only-
first one
I'd be
everyone
like,
should click.
this
Are you
guy right
kidding me?
here. I'll put it back in my pocket, and that'll
Yeah.
be it.
Yeah,
You know?
that's how that goes.
I would like to fund me.
Yes.
So-
So what they won't like if how much do you think obesity is going to go down when people have to pay more for
For their
for
cheeseburger.
their cheeseburgers and shit?
Dude,
I'm just saying.
McDonald's is so gross.
Consumption tax is where it's at. I
Yeah,
don't
was
give a fuck.
that's a good
McDonald's
thing to go
gross.
into,
It's
but
delicious.
what I want to go into is how the mainstream media is just owned by absolutely everybody. And at the march, there was no mainstream media there because they're fucking owned by the businesses.
There was one broad that said she was from the Washington Post.
From the
but she
Washington
didn't have
Post
anybody
writing
with her.
down on a book. There was no
Yeah, she
like
had like a
there was
legitimate
really no
ad,
coverage
not
unless
like
it was
an
public
iPad.
coverage, and there was a lot of public coverage. But if you looked at any of the news stations, you didn't see anything about the marches, even though there
Nope.
was like 400, I think there was, and it was going on in England and everywhere, but not on your TV. Nope. Just like Fukushima, like it's been 3 months since Fukushima started leaking, but there's been nothing. No
I think it's
mainstream
been a lot.
medias
I
have
think it's
covered
been,
that
like,
shit.
Just the
6
ice
months.
wall. That's the only thing
I
I
think it's
saw.
been 6 months.
6 months now? Yeah, dude. Polar bears, walruses, and seals along the Alaskan coastline are suffering from loss and open sores, from fur loss and open sores, like sea lion deaths everywhere in California coastline. Fish along the west coast of Canada are bleeding from the eyes, bellies, and gills. And this shit is like, oh, it's cool. Don't worry about this. Miley Cyrus is smoking a joint in fucking Amsterdam. Worry about that. Like, the mainstream media is so fucked. I wish they would just report on stuff like that actually matters, so we wouldn't have just a bunch of sheep walking around. You'd be able to talk to a dude down the street and he'd know what the fuck you're talking about, going, hey, Fukushima, you know what I mean? Radiation or water? They'd be, huh? What's that? You know what I mean? Like, or the Obamacare, what's it really about? Or, like, what's really happening with our money? And, granted, I don't know everything about it, but I know more than the average Joe who's watching the television every night getting fed a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
Like, it's like watching
Like
this.
I said online, though, dude, Miley Cyrus, that's the best thing that could happen to Pro Pot. For real. Her lighting up a joint on that, though?
Yeah.
Fuck,
Well,
That's
like
really
I said,
good. That's really good for Pro
like,
Pot.
dude,
I
like
don't
I
know how
said,
to look at it.
like I said before,
It's like
if
fuck
our
the
if our
establishment.
if our views
We don't
change,
need her, dude.
We don't
Dude.
need her.
She can.
No.
Me as committee of the stoners, Allegiance to America. We don't need her.
We don't need
I'm
her.
just
We
saying.
don't need her.
Listen,
We got Willie Nelson. We
The
got
system-
Snoop.
That's true.
We don't need her.
Snoop's on
the
our
system
level.
will work for us if we just believe in what we believe and consume what we need to consume, and we'll start working towards. Each person needs to work towards a better future, because what you think about, what you buy, that's what's reflected in society. So even when they're trying to poison us, the good still comes out. And like, because people want to smoke pot, good, that can get pot legalized, you know what I mean? Or people want to do this, or people, like, it's just like Russell Brand, like, I just go to that because he's just, I think, a part of the system, but it's working for us because people are like consuming good things. Like on Facebook, you're liking to eat healthy, you're liking, like, you're going to these alternative food sources like coconut oil. Well, some people are. And that's how that stuff gets more popular. And even when they try to feed you the bullshit to the television, if they're mentioning that stuff, it's good. You know what I mean? So eventually the system, I think, will flip around on itself where they can't feed us bullshit anymore because we don't want to hear bullshit anymore. We don't want to see bullshit anymore. And it's not, like, registering. That's why TV's going down the fucking drain right now, and they're all trying to get on YouTube. It's because people are tired of seeing bullshit on TV. They're tired of seeing commercials that have nothing in them. They just want to see their show.
YouTube
and
is
like,
getting bad with commercials, though, too.
yeah, it is. It's getting bad now, and so is Pandora. Like, everything, the commercials are starting to invade again. But I guess that's how they stay funded. But it's not that bad. You can skip it.
Oh my god, it's so much better. Like, I'm paying so fucking much for cable, and I can't understand how Netflix can do it so much better, so much cheaper.
For so
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah.
Get Netflix and Hulu, and your mind will just explode because Hulu has
Well, I
everything
mean,
that's actually on TV now.
Don't get
Not
too
that was
entrapped.
on TV fucking 8 years ago.
And do you have to watch commercials?
It's just like Netflix.
Not when you pay. Not when
Oh,
you
really?
Pay,
Yeah. If you have Hulu Plus,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Hulu is free. But if you
Okay.
have Hulu Plus, you skip all the ads.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. But it's probably it's just like Netflix. You know, it's just like YouTube. You got to watch an ad in the
I'm
beginning.
getting rid of my cable.
And
I
maybe
think that's
one
what
in
I'm
the
getting
middle.
to.
But it's not
It's Netflix
something
and Hulu.
ridiculous where you have to sit through like 10 minutes of commercials like you do with television.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's what started my like not watching TV was too many ads, dude. Once
It's
I got
horrible.
a DVR and I realized like how much I'm
much you have
actually
to do it,
watching
yeah.
and how much I actually
dude.
have to do just to watch something, and I'm just like, why?
It's like you evolve from TV to
And when you
to Netflix.
and when you have a DVR and you
to
start like
computer.
fast forwarding through shit, you realize like
How
when
much
they
wasted
come
time.
back from a commercial, the first maybe 2 minutes is literally everything they just repeated when they just went from commercial.
Mm-hmm.
So really, you know, your hour show is only 40 minutes, but really it's only about 30 minutes
Did you ever
because they
watch Top
repeat
Gear?
themselves
Top Gear's
at least
so bad for that.
3 times. Don't watch Top Gear America, please.
Oh, Top Gear America's awful. I
Okay.
still watch it though, but
Okay.
it's awful.
Don't know.
He goes, I
Just-
still
just
watch
stop.
it
Still
though.
watch it
Just
because
stop.
I kind of
It's
have
Just
to.
stop. You'd have more
Dude.
credibility to me if you were watching Australian Top Gear.
I-
Please don't watch
I
the
don't
American
know.
Top Gear. It's so bad.
It's so
So
fucking
bad. It's so
Oh.
bad. It's so bad. I don't know how people can like it.
I don't know how those guys get that job.
Yeah.
None of them seem to, like, Tanner Fowles seems to know about
He's
cars,
the only one that knows the
but
thing,
yeah,
things
but
about
his voice
cars.
is so fucking annoying.
Like James May,
They're-
Richard
all their
Hammond, and
voices are
Jeremy
annoying.
Clarkson. They've been doing things with cars, well, minus Richard Hammond, for like generally since the 70s.
Uh-huh.
You know, well, Not James May. He was like more into like innovation and technology and
Yeah,
whatnot.
but he still knew about cars.
Yes.
And he doesn't do like their road testing.
No.
You know what I mean? Some of it he does, but very little.
Very little.
Yeah. And when they need somebody to go in a Lamborghini and take a bend really fast, they don't call James. They just call Captain Slow.
No. But when they got a new Maybach that they're reviewing, I'll call James May.
Yeah, they'll call James May.
Exactly.
This is quite refined.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right.
Fucking
Rita, remember when I told you about those facts about smoking earlier?
Yes.
All right, I found them. In 1 week, your sense of taste and smell improves. In 3 months, your lung function has increased 30%. In 8 hours, excess carbon monoxide is out of your body. In 12 weeks, your lungs regain the ability to clean themselves. In 12 months, your risk of heart disease has halved. In 1 year, a pack-a-day smoker will save over $4,000. In 5 days, most nicotine is out of your body. In 5 years, your risk of stroke has dramatically decreased. Yeah, so basically, I don't know. You're trying to go on those e-cigs now, right? I don't know if those are better. How do you feel about them? Do you feel like they hurt more? Are they better, or what?
I've been sick recently, and I'll tell you what, I was trying to smoke them, and they make me cough like a motherfucker
So
if I try to
you
smoke
think
them.
it's made way worse, probably, or just harsher?
It could just be harsher. I don't really know. There's obviously you're not getting a lot of the awful shit you get with a regular cigarette when you smoke those.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know.
But who knows
kind of
what you're
awful shit
getting?
is in there.
Yeah, who knows what you're getting?
It's probably just different awful shit, or maybe it's not. I don't really fucking know.
Dude, my company sent out a newsletter today. Said that the average smoker spent $1,900 a year.
Oh, I found that 9/11. It was fire and heat at the Windsor building in Madrid on 2/12/2005 versus the WC New York building.
What kind of building is that in Madrid?
It's basically the same exact skyscraper. It's like, but it's a little bit
Is
heftier.
it like a steel and glass looking thing, or is it concrete?
It's steel and concrete, I think. It's the same kind of building. They're comparing this. It's a steel structure. It's a steel structure. Check it out. And it shows 20 hours fire lasted in Madrid, and Windsor still stood. And 1.5 after the outbreak fires, the building went down, in the World Trade Center.
That ain't nowhere near as big of a building.
This?
Yeah.
Windsor?
It doesn't look like it.
Dude, it's the same size. What do you mean?
Is it the same
Look
size?
at it right next to each other, right here, burning.
Yeah, but they're not. That's not showing you scale.
Yeah, it's two different perspectives.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's just on the steel, the fact of the steel building. Then this is pretty big, dude. This is above another building. This
Just
is
put
a building
the building
right
collapse next to another building collapse. That answers all the questions.
That's Madrid,
Yeah.
though. That ain't Manhattan. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
but what are you saying? It's just in a different
saying
part of
they
the
don't-
world?
No, I'm saying Manhattan's ridiculously built up. Like,
Yeah, but that has
Buildings
that
that
has
are-
nothing to do with the fucking building falling straight down at the speed of gravity.
all I'm saying is, I'm thinking the World Trade Center was a lot fucking bigger, and therefore had a lot more to fall over about.
It didn't fall over though. That's the
Fall
fucked
down
up
about.
part.
Fall in about.
Yeah, in my ass. Controlled
In.
demolition. In.
Controlled demolition.
Hey
for
man,
sure.
dude, if a controlled demolition firm did do that, they'd want to advertise about it because it was really good.
Hey,
I mean, honestly.
See now you're being the
was probably
fucking now you're
military.
being you cynical bastard.
it's probably military.
Dude, it could have been military.
They said all the files and everything were moved out of that building too.
Hey, do you know that
And the PennDOT got cleaned. Or PennDOT. The
what were we talking about?
Pentagon got cleaned up like the next day or two.
Well, they were ready for that shit,
Yeah,
dude.
they were ready.
Listen, the so-called plane pierced like 5 layers of impenetrable steel or whatever they called it, and they were like, there was no way a plane could do this. Like, it had to be a missile. Had to be. Like, it pierced like I forget 5 or 4 layers into
On
the
the
Pentagon.
Trade Center or on the
into the Pentagon.
Really?
Yeah. So they're saying there's no way a plane could actually do that much damage.
One
that
video
deep.
I said,
And
I
there was
saw
no
said the
wings or
architect-
no engines or no anything.
The architect said that the plane. There's no way a plane could have took down the towers. A couple of the architects and engineers.
Yeah,
that were
dude.
involved in
One
it.
Yeah,
of
if
the
you
things
don't
is
ever
it depends,
watched any
like,
of
on a
those.
building.
Yeah, those buildings
Go
were never
insulator
meant to fall
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, they said they designed
exactly.
it for
Yep.
that. That's
Yep.
actually there is a video
Well,
of the
he
one
was
architect
halfway
saying
through
they
the
designed
building
it
of
for
the World Trade Center. They had to quit using asbestos as an insulator. Like when they planned building this thing, they planned to use asbestos as the insulator. And halfway up, it's asbestos. But while they were building it, asbestos became illegal to use, so they had to switch to some other insulator. And that's like if you have a fire on steel, it's going to lose structural integrity. It depends on how good the insulators are around it. Like the Empire State Building uses concrete as an insulator. It's really fucking good. You know what I mean? And asbestos is a really fucking good insulator. But they couldn't use it.
Because they wanted to make it stronger.
No, because asbestos became illegal.
Yeah, asbestos became
It was like giving
Alright,
people
well, if you
cancer.
want to watch anything about 9/11, go watch Loose Change. That's where I first got my information
Yeah.
about it.
Watch
It's-
Zeitgeist.
It covers. Yeah, Zeitgeist does
Yeah.
get it, but Zeitgeist actually did present it really
Yeah,
well.
he
Watch a
presented it
newer,
well, yeah.
watch a newer Zeitgeist, or watch Loose Change, or watch it both.
Yeah,
You know what I
watch
mean?
'em
There's
all.
watch them all exactly.
New quantum physics.
That's where the real information lies. We're just leading you to the answers.
Holy shit.
It lies in yourself. So go look in yourself. This is just a place to find little hints and tidbits to check out.
Okay, check this out. New quantum physics theory claims to prove life after death.
Interesting.
Really?
Yep. Nice.
I knew science would end up proving that shit eventually. It's
I didn't
obvious.
think it was
It's
gonna be
obvious
today.
that it's obvious that science is the universe. Well, but they're just telling you now. They probably came up with this shit like 20 years ago. Are you kidding me? Fucking how much we know compared to how much the elite know
Well,
is.
it was discovered by a 32-year-old scientist, so I don't think he
Really?
discovered it like 10 years ago because he was.
Yeah, but
probably
I'm
still
saying
in
it was
school.
probably already discovered.
Yeah, he might have just expanded on research that was already being made.
It could also be bullshit.
that too.
Yeah,
just saying.
people publish bullshit.
Yeah,
a lot.
people do publish bullshit. Like,
A
if you
lot.
believe everything
A
a
lot.
scientist told you,
A
lot.
you'd be one misinformed motherfucker.
You gotta get a lot of proof on that. On
That's for sure.
scientists.
Yeah.
You need a lot of proof on anything.
Yeah.
Just because someone talks a certain way and they played all their certain beats and it sounds
know.
sexy to you doesn't mean you should believe it.
It just goes all back to the system we're living in because it's not meant for people right now. It's not meant for us. It's
not meant for this many people.
Yeah.
Human beings work in about groups of 300 or 400.
Yeah.
And that's about
It's
it.
an overload. It's an overload to the human system, is what it is. And they caught us while we're stupid. They caught us while we're like building up to our true intelligence. You know what I mean? There's people ahead of the game. It's like a chess game, a board game, and they're 5 moves ahead of us, but we're catching up slowly. You know what I mean? And we're just getting fucked from all angles because they're trying to keep us 5 moves behind.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
So-
it's just all about the people gaining their
Oh, shit,
power
they got-
back
they got-
from the
Shit's
elite.
chestnut.
Oh
Check
shit,
us.
they got
It's a
acid
chess match.
sweet tarts in Westmoreland County.
Acid sweet tarts.
Yeah, apparently there was a big drug
Get
bust.
That
one
sounds
of them.
delicious.
That does sound delicious.
Yeah, LSD.
Psychedelics.
Yeah, it's
Have you guys
LSD,
ever
man.
had
Fucking-
some
No,
amazing
I-
psychedelics experience?
I've read a lot
I've
of
had-
shit about
yeah,
LSD though.
But I've never done acid.
You've never done acid.
Me
no.
neither, but I've read a lot of shit about a lot of a lot of people. Hey, they've done a
It's
lot of things on
listen.
LSD.
I've done LSD multiple times, multiple. I mixed it with mushrooms, mixed it with MDMA. Gone down that road before, and let me tell you, I'm like writing a book about it right now. Actually, psychedelics and what they do to your mind. But I felt like LSD in its earlier form, and even today, isn't clean. It's like it's not. It doesn't give you what mushrooms give you without taking something away. So it gives you like this incredible, amazing ability to perceive sight and color and sound and everything all at the same time. But it also, when you're out of that mind state, it like takes it away from you. It like drips a little bit of you dry. And that's why people back in the day like lost their mind doing LSD. It's like there's this huge hippie movement and they were like, yeah, let's fight the power, because LSD gave them this different perspective on life to look outside the box to be like, we're getting fucked. That's why psychedelics, I think, have an important role to play in like evolving people today, to look outside the box, to be like, wow, look what I'm really getting fucked by, this guy, this fucking shit over here, this business over here. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to look outside your own life to see what's really affecting it, and that's psychedelics really helps you to do. And I just felt like LSD did too much damage to my brain. I had to like almost recover my brain back. And, like, that's why I get back to the hippies. It, like, almost drained them dry. It was like, oh, you get to see so much. It's almost like it's a way, like, imagine bringing some of your dream world into the real world.
Steve Jobs claims it was fucking awesome.
It is awesome, but you got to keep it to a minimal. You only need psychedelics are like a minimal thing. I definitely abused them at one point in my life.
You seriously need to do them like
But-
maybe 5 times for a whole life. And that's
Especially
it.
acid. Acid
Your
is
whole
like
life, and that's it.
acid is like one of
Once
those
you
things.
got it, you're good. Yeah.
Once
There's nothing else you can learn from there. There's nothing else you can bring back.
Exactly.
You're leaving something in the world every time you do it. After
Yes,
that.
perfect way of explaining it. When you stop learning, you start giving, and you don't want to start giving because you're giving back way too much of yourself, and you'll lose yourself, and you'll get caught in like what most people back in the day got caught in. It's like a in between of realities. You're like living in this psychedelic world at the same time you're living in reality because your mind is gone, but your body's there. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't like acid. I really don't like acid. I mean, I've mixed it with MDMA before, dip dot when you roll, but one hit. Like if it's done in moderation and at the right mixes with the right mood and the right setting and the right like planet alignment. If you want to get real technical, if you want to get like spiritual, it's all about when you do these drugs. It's all about the intention behind them. Because if you want to do it to get fucked up, it's going to fuck you up and it's going to take shit back. But if you want to do it to unlock the human mind, they can easily be done for that purpose as well. You just got to go into the intention with it. Because our mind controls everything. That's what the system knows. That's why it feeds us all this bullshit, because it knows that we control everything with our perception and what we like. We actually run the system, but it's like confusing us to say that it runs us, because we determine what gets bought, we determine what gets sold, we determine what's good and bad. You know what I mean? That's why we get fed bullshit after bullshit, constant lies streaming through. But it's just going back to we need a free country. We need free thought. We need free thinking, and that's what psychedelics brings to the table. It brings together like where you can just break boundaries, where there is no you and me anymore. There's no like I have to put up a front. You know what I mean? It's just a pure connection of thought. Like I've had on multiple experiences where I thought I was having telekinetic experiences before, and I'm pretty damn sure they were. And I've seen shit in the sky that would blow your mind, like the planets, like the lines that connect the stars, and like the rotations that they were in. I could see the full circles of everything, and how it was like kind of an eggshell or a globe around our globe. It gives you a deeper insight, even if you don't understand everything. Psychedelics will give you a deeper insight into the world. Like it's like a dream. It's like living in a dream while you're consciously awake. You're lucid dreaming, and there's a price for lucid dreaming if you want to keep doing it. But if you do it at the right times, like full moon and like your stars are in alignment, and you're doing it for like I want to get knowledge into my life. What do I need to do with my life? It will really bring that out of you, because it's psychedelics are just a connection to God and the essential wavelength, the essential vibration of the universe. That's why people do mushrooms, and they want to connect with the earth. They want to connect with like things that are right here. They want to go outside and look at the planets, at the stars, and you want to be outside. It's because you're connecting with that magnetic field that's holding everything together.
I think
That's
it's all
God.
environment, brother. Matt, every time I've done shrooms, it's been all environment.
It is environment. Well, I mean, it is everything's based on environment, even human perception.
And I
like
could see how if
everything
you could
is
do a
based
bad
on our
environment, you could do some fucked up shit on shrooms. I could see how
Fuck
you
yeah.
could really
Fuck
hurt
yeah.
yourself.
Well, it
Like that
opens
dude-
up the human mind. It puts it all in full blast. So if you're in a bad environment, you could easily fucking slaughter a whole civilian crowd because you're on full blast. You are on fucking
Dude,
everything's
like 5
open.
years ago, this kid went to a fucking pit game, and he was all shroomed out, and his dad didn't know he was with his dad. He just freaked out in the middle and ran full speed to the fucking glass at the peak up on one of the upper floors and just busted, like, hit it with his shoulder like a fucking football player and just blasted into the street, died, fell off the building.
Oh my
and died.
God.
Yeah. This was like 5 years
that's
ago,
pretty-
something like that, 6 years ago.
It's pretty awful.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
people.
and then they
It's
found out
horrible.
dude was on shrooms and he was fucking tweaking.
Well, I wouldn't
Gone.
blame the shrooms. I'd blame the kid for not
Yeah,
being
for
prepared,
being an
or
idiot for
or
going out in the
blaming
public on
no,
shrooms. Who the
blaming
fuck does
well,
that?
not that, but blaming our system for not having these drugs hidden in back alleys by drug dealers who know nothing about them. They should
Right.
be given to you by a scientist or
I think they should
a
cover-
therapist
If
or
they're already going to cover drugs in health class, maybe they should Cover
Psychedelics.
the proper.
Yes, they
like,
should cover all the drugs.
Usage of drugs.
All
as
yes,
opposed to
the-
just
yeah,
saying
yeah,
these are bad.
yeah.
Stay
Drugs
away
are
from
bad.
them. But I mean,
Drugs are
they
bad.
will seriously
should
take
literally
9
be drug
weeks to just say
education.
drugs are bad. You know what I mean?
It needs to be, yeah, it needs to be just like it's all because of cannabis. Once you open the door to cannabis, we can open the door to all these other things because
But
cannabis.
that's what they think.
It's like you're not
That's
allowed.
what they think.
Huh?
That's what they think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's what's going to happen.
Yes.
Because it's a freedom of thought. It's all, once you look into the deepest things, it's not about weed. It's about consciousness. You are not allowed to evolve. You are not allowed to think outside the box. You are not allowed to be your own person. You are not allowed to know the secret of the universe that you are connected with everything. You're not allowed. Like, that's what it's truly about. It's not about the weed. It's not about that guy getting high. It's not about you'll never be anything if you smoke. It's fucking about the consciousness that it gives you, the way you can look outside the box, and the way you can escape from the stress of everything and just like be creative or be yourself. You know what I mean? It's all about escaping what they're trying to put us in, and it's just boxes upon boxes upon boxes. And if you're living in boxes, you're living the wrong way because everything is circles, not boxes. Huh?
Fucking A, dude. So it's anti-establishment. That's what it is. It's about breaking free.
It
Break
is.
them chains.
Not
man.
even establishment, but breaking free of like everything,
That
like
shit.
like the
That
beliefs
shit.
that were put in your head as a child, beliefs that aren't your own. You're able to, if you go into psychedelics appropriately and you meditate afterward or meditate during, which I highly recommend, then you really get into the deepest part of your soul, like memories. Like ever since I've done shit like that, I've been able to remember dreams that I've had like years ago that I couldn't remember when I woke up, but I remember them now. Or like memories that I was a kid that I can like deal with and pass on. And it's way easier on hallucinogens, I found, to connect in meditation.
Give
It's
me
like
a
an
fucking
instant.
cut of shrooms
It's like
and a
boom.
badass
It's like next
music
world.
track,
You're
like,
hitting it.
playlist,
Like
and I will fucking love
from
life.
a true hippie, I've had the best instruction. He's like, the best way to trip is to like listen to this special kind of music that is like wood sound, also with some sound effects, and just close your eyes and have your mind work and make all this
We
shit.
should have
Because
tried that.
what psychedelics is this fuel for your imagination. That's what people are losing these days. That's why we're bringing back D&D till death. All right, we're joining up the party, Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't know what that is, and it's great to fuel imagination, which people have lost. That is the connection to our soul. That is the connection to our higher self. It's through the imagination that we can perceive other worlds. It's through the imagination that we can connect to everything outside ourselves and like see life in a totally different view, even for just a second. It's through your imagination that you dream. You know, you imagine these things, but it's yourself. It's everything is you. So it's through the imagination that we're going to free ourselves, and it's the fuel for the imagination that is being suppressed in our life. It's the only thing in the brain that makes imagination, basically. It's your pineal gland. And that's being completely suppressed with everything they try to do. It's all about your brain. It's all about the pineal gland. It's all about you not being Jesus, basically. Not being the Buddhist monk who raises his sacral energy all the way to the top of his head and can like connect to God. The vibration of the universe, everything. All. It's just about you not being like them. How they're ahead of the curve. They've been using this system and they don't want anybody else to know about it. Because once you get on this system, life just gets better and better. For some reason, just thinking positively, reinforcing yourself with I am, meditating, and looking outside the box, you can begin to see what you're meant to do in this life, why you're here, past lives, deal with issues in your day, deal with issues in your past that you never thought you'd ever remember. Like, it's all about fighting suppression of thought, suppression of consciousness. Because I notice more and more, if a TV's turned on in the room, it's suppressing thought. It's suppressing consciousness.
yeah.
You want to look at it. You don't want to think.
Did you
You
ever
just want to
try-
look and lose your mind.
Did you ever try to do something like intelligent
With the
while
TV
you're-
on?
While the TV's on? It's
Can't
damn
do it.
near impossible.
Yeah, can't write a song,
It's
can't write
difficult.
a poetry, can't draw, can't do anything. You're
Can't read.
always can't study.
Yeah,
I always
can't
had
study.
problem in school because I would try to study while the TV's on, and
You
it's,
can't
you're
do
not
that.
you're not absorbing anything. You're just writing it down. You're copying.
Mhm.
You're not absorbing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, the
Fucked
TV
up.
will just suck the
Oh,
intelligence out of
it's
it.
meant to. It's meant to. CIA officials have come out and said that is the worst thing you could possibly do to your mind is turn on a television.
Huh. Really?
Like that, there's so much subliminal underneath it that it's just burnt. Like the sound behind it, everything is just trying to just eradicate every little bit of thought and conscience you have. That's what I'm saying. Like we had such big dreams back in the day, like the Jetsons. Oh, we're gonna be flying around. 2001, we're gonna be flying in the air. And then it's
Not
like,
happening.
where did that go? Where did
Yeah.
that go? It's because of suppression of consciousness. It's because you look everywhere around the world and you see these countries standing up to GMOs and standing up for their rights and see them evolving, and America's just poop, 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 putting behind. Like we're just gonna be the last people like to cross over the finish line if we don't do anything. If we even cross over the finish line.
So
Because America doesn't want to fight. You go over to Egypt,
I'm not
you go over to
convinced GMOs are bad.
I'm not convinced GMOs are bad either.
Right.
But I'm convinced that
The people-
pesticides, and I'm convinced that all
Some
the ways
pesticides
the ways to grow them are bad.
Like,
I'm convinced
They
that
banned DDT. Like you know about DDT?
No.
Yeah.
Silent Spring. There's
Yep.
a famous book written about. DDT was this pesticide back in the 50s and 60s, right? Really fucking effective, like incredibly effective. But some birds were dying. Like birds were eating the dead insects, and then
They were dying.
Yeah, they were dying.
oh, that's not good.
So they banned DDT. Thing is, since they banned it, they estimate that about 200 million people died from malaria that wouldn't have if they could have killed the fucking mosquitoes with DDT.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
Well, changing something is always wrong. They're always going to fuck it up even harder. You say DDT. Well, the other day I was trying to buy fish.
Uh-huh.
Guess what is in tilapia besides tilapia?
Mercury.
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide's in everything.
Not only that,
Like, is
I
it like a
looked on
lot
some.
of- how much carbon monoxide?
Yeah, it's like carbon monoxide is in this, and I was like, oh, I don't
Dude,
want that.
fish
So I went
has
to the
a lot of
salmon.
contaminants.
I went to the salmon fillets, and I was like,
How'd
oh,
you
maybe
find
I
out it
should
had
get
carbon
these
monoxide
because
in
it says it on the ingredients.
Wait,
It says
wait.
it says
they
tilapia.
add-
Yeah, ingredients. It says
Oh, I
it says
thought you meant it just got
tilapia,
picked up
carbon
from the ocean.
monoxide.
What? The
Yeah,
fuck?
because they spray it with carbon monoxide to make it look and smell clean and fresh when it's actually weeks old. And
Huh.
with salmon, they use something called STTP, I think it is. It's like sodium triphosphate or something like that. And it's what it is it's a neural toxin that they spray on the fish so it doesn't smell and it doesn't look old, even though it could be possibly weeks or months old.
What?
And it's
the
actually a
fuck?
proven neural toxin that like makes you stupider.
More stupid.
More
See,
every time.
There you go. Quit eating that fucking neural toxin.
Hey,
There you
I
go.
tried. I'm trying.
That's all that carbon
Lumosity.
monoxide you've been
Hey,
sucking.
plug for Lumosity right now. Shameless plug for Lumosity because I've been on that shit and
Lumosity's
I
sick.
feel like it's hyping it up. Also, I'm getting less high, so I feel like that's where the intelligence comes from. I think I'm gonna try the next podcast. Sober as a bird. So we'll see how that goes,
Yeah,
people.
see how that goes. Yeah.
Nice.
That's interesting.
Because it's just it comes through clear. I feel like the vibration comes through clear, and I keep saying the vibration, but that's all there really is. You have my magnetism, vibration, plasma. That's all that makes up the universe. The magnetic forces holding the plasma together on the vibrations, the strings, if you will, like the spider webs of the universe. I was thinking the other day, like everybody's kind of on their own string, and they just interconnect at certain points. So you can, when you evolve, you're not actually on the same string. You're shifting to another string, and it's creating your own reality when you make decisions that are. And that's why there's this building block and the pyramid style, where it's just block on block on block on block, because that's what you're doing with will and effort. You're just building blocks on blocks on blocks that you can climb on and get to the top, hopefully. I mean, it's all about free will. It's all about determination. It's all about going for your goals. And I feel this is what I come back. Meditation and psychedelics. If you're not doing those things and you're wondering why life is sucking for you, well, there you go. There's some tips. Like, I'm not telling you to go do psychedelics if you're not ready for them.
Hallucinogens,
But if you-
psychedelics.
Yeah, hallucinogens, psychedelics, entheogens, whatever you want to say. Like, they help you to see God. They help you to understand the universe. They help you to understand yourself. And if you're going to a therapist and taking pills to understand yourself, that's the wrong way
Yeah,
to
you're
go.
fucked.
Take something natural. This is why I wish, like, like MAPS. Everybody out there, go support MAPS because they're doing studies with psilocybin mushrooms. They're doing it with MDMA, and they're curing post-traumatic stress disorder. And they're curing things like they're helping people deal with past issues of their self. And ayahuasca is one of the most powerful when you're ready to actually deal with everything yourself, the full self, all at once. You know what I mean? These are just tools. They're absolute beautiful tools that came from nature that we're given to help evolve. Like, and this is what I say about MDMA. It's just a more powerful mushroom. Any psychedelic is going to do the same thing. Whether you like it or not, it's going to connect you to the force and vibration. It's just how you're connected to that force. And I feel like mushrooms is one of the cleanest way. If you've ever had a mushroom experience, it kind of feels like an alien experience, like an alien abduction experience, because you realize that you're already on the ship.
It feels like a dream.
Well, to me, it feels like an alien dream, kind of. Like, there's, like...
No, it feels like a dream because it's so foreign, but you've been there before.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect way to put it. Nice. Yeah, shrooms I love, but...
Yeah, see, now you put like I said, you give me a fucking cut of shrooms and put a hell of a playlist.
You just gotta be ready to open up your mind, dude. It's just all about opening up your mind.
It depends on what music I'm listening to as to what mood I'm into. Like, if I'm listening to some island jam music, I can lay back and just feel like I'm laying on a beach, dude. For real, it'll be like the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And then you listen to some like crazy techno shit, and then I don't know.
Yeah, your mood is immediately affected. Immediately affected by music.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Not
it's
only
like
your mood, but the actual lighting in the room changes.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
It will
And
just
you
go
can hear every
right
little
with it.
Well, you see the feeling between everything, how everything's created, how actually we are water. Because if you think about it, you're water right there. You're just noticing that you're water because you're being so affected by that sound that it's literally vibrating your insides, like ding, 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 like you can feel it inside your core. You know what I mean? That's how we sense the world. We're just water sensing everything, taking in light, taking in vibration. It's all just vibration affecting plasma or water. And like there's a gyroscope on the. I like going on these little tangents. I don't know if anybody else enjoys it, but
What about a gyroscope?
like that's what keeps our balance. It's like a gyroscope in the center of your stomach. You know what I mean? And you got to train your gyroscope. You're just a plasma being with the gyroscope. I try to define things as like I'm looking outside the box, looking outside that box. Like we're in a game.
You're on a pretty far outside the box right now.
Dude, I'm just.
You're hanging on the edge of the box right now.
Dude, you got to look outside the box to understand different perspectives of reality. Even if they're not totally, completely correct at the time, you're still taking the effort to look outside. And that effort is going to change your subconscious mind. It's going to help you notice more things in the world that connect, that are different, that help you define a new reality, basically.
But you could title this episode "Getting Psyched for Psychedelics."
Boom, boom. That's it right there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you wanna close this off?
On that. We'll just end on that. There's nothing else that needs to be said this episode.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I love
There you
that.
go.
Psyched on psychedelics. All right, it was good having you back, guys.
Fucking A.
Good to be back.
Fiery explosion of conversation on this second parter here. You know.
Oh,
what I
this
mean?
is
Because
this
do
is
use some drugs.
This is let into gold. But
Let
we'll
into
see you
gold.
guys. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.
It was good having you on. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We got Instagram, Tumblr, everything. Just hit us up, let us know.
Get back
Peace
at
out.
us.
Round table, Twin Leagues cast. Love you guys. Night.